Good morning. It's 8:40. It is Thursday morning. This is KHEA Radio. We're going to be having a fun show. We're going to be talking about some educational stuff for kids. We're also going to be talking about a car show that's taking place really soon. I think it's the 7th and the 9th, but it's coming up in June. But it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, there's a bunch of trucks and cars. It's the 4th annual. I guess you're going to go and show off your truck if you have a lifted truck. It kind of reminded me of that movie from a long time ago, Fast and Furious.
Okay. I saw some pictures on their Instagram. I'm going to pull that up right now. But I don't know if it's like one of the lifted truck shows. I think it's more of like, like lowriders. And I do see one lifted truck here, but there's like some drop trucks is more of what I've seen. So check it out. This is their Instagram, Show Off Car Show. And this is a shot from their Instagram, and there's some really cool stuff like paint jobs, and I'm mainly seeing some trucks, like some really cool, interesting things. So this may be an opportunity for you to show off your vehicle, maybe an opportunity for you to just go check out some cool cars.
Yeah, I believe it's taking place the 7th and the 9th in June, and it's going to be at the Galveston County Fairgrounds right here in Hitchcock, Texas. So it's going to be right in our backyard. We're super excited about it.
Yeah, we were at the fairgrounds for the Galveston County Fair, where our good friends Los Primos, and we also had Arnold from the Pit Stop, with his cook-off team doing what they do. And Los Primos actually won that event, which was really cool to see. And they were also at the San Leon Oyster Festival, which we dropped a video yesterday, kind of showing off what happened, a little bit of a highlight. Of course, it wasn't everything because there was so much going on. We almost needed a camera crew to capture everything.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting to kind of be able to look back, because it was, 4 days ago, Saturday?
Yeah.
Just kind of the fun experience that we had, meeting Mickey Gilly, eating tons of oysters. I had actually forgotten about, there's a special section at the end of the video of me, licking the shell. And I had actually forgotten that had happened.
It's pretty gross.
It was early.
It was pretty gross.
It was early in the day.
I have a question. Was it as gross watching it in video probably as it was for me in real life? And do you realize that that's what you look like licking the shell?
It was amazing. It was a great shell. You have to lick it. If it's good, you got to walk through and lick it as much as possible.
That's not always the case. I mean, sometimes, yeah.
If it's good, you're going to lick it.
Is that like what your mom had to say? Like, now, Curtsy, you're going to finish your food. You got to lick your oyster shells before you go to bed.
We didn't have oyster shells growing up in landlocked Nebraska.
You had to lick your fingers, or otherwise your mom was offended.
Exactly. You got to get the spoon,
lick the plate,
the spoon with the cookie dough on it.
Yeah, that's a possibility. But yeah, sometimes it's just, I don't know. It may be good for you, but other times, people like me are going back and watching the video, and I struggled. I was like, do I put this in the video or not?
You got to put it in the video.
But I wanted to give another shout out to Los Primos for them, making an appearance in the video, and everybody else who just stumbled in it.
You got to give
willingly
respect.
Or not.
You got to give respect to the cooks.
Yes.
And that was respectful of the cook.
For you to lick the oyster shell?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, we're going to go on the FM real quick. This is KHEA Radio. Stay tuned. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It's 8:43 a.m. on a Thursday. We're streaming live on Facebook. Good morning, Lori, Kim, Amy, Thomas, Yvonne, everybody that's hanging out with us and going back and watching this video later. If you're listening on 99.5 FM, we appreciate you taking the time to listen to us this morning. Make this a part of your routine every day. This is your new morning routine, and we appreciate you taking the time. We start Kickstart about 8:30. We go till 11 and have different guests in. Today, we have a couple of awesome guests.
Yeah, coming up later on today, starting at 9, we're going to be having some students from San Leon who are trying to raise some funds to go to STEM camp this summer, and it's kind of a fun opportunity. They're going to be at Altitude Trampoline Park tonight doing a fundraiser there, so we're going to be talking to them about that. Plus, at 10 o'clock, we're going to be talking about trucks and everything else.
Yeah, with the kids in San Leon, we had Kelly in studio yesterday, and she was sharing about all of the awesome events taking place, like a walking calendar, that she kind of vouches for, and that was a great time. So this camp that these kids are going to, I believe it's associated with the University of Houston. Now, there's a lot of cost that goes into each one of these kids. You had to get accepted into the program. There's a whole big deal with it, right? So it's a big deal. And so these kids, what they're doing is they're fundraising raising some money so that way this summer they can raise about the $5,000, $6,000 they need to be able to go and participate in this camp, which is a big deal.
You know, I like that it teaches these kids a little bit about going out and working for something that you truly, really want. You know, when we want something, we work hard. We go and make extra money, you know, and it kind of teaches them that they're doing this fundraising stuff.
Yeah, fundraising is something that was a big part of my childhood. You know, whether we were going to camp or competitions or raising money for new uniforms. So this is a great opportunity for us as a community to show these kids, hey, if you work hard, you have a dream and a vision, it can come to pass. So there's an opportunity for you to participate tonight. If you go to Altitude Trampoline Park, we're going to be finding out the times and all of the details about that. I believe it's only $15. $15, and there's a portion of time you can go, and that funds, or a portion of the funds, is going to go straight to these kids so they can go to their STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering, Math. Is that what it stands for, right?
Yeah, Science, Technology, Engineering, Math. I think they've added A in some schools now.
Art.
Yeah. Science, technology, engineering, art,
STEAM.
and mathematics.
STEAM and STEM. So these kids are going to be learning right here locally at the University of Houston. We're going to be checking out all of that as they come in studio here at 9 o'clock. I actually see them outside of the studio now, so it'll be fun. I know there's some teachers here as well. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. If you're watching on Facebook, share this video out. Yesterday, we had posted some announcements that we're going to be giving away some tickets to the League City Music Festival and Barbecue Cook-Off. It's taking place Friday. It's taking place this weekend. We're giving away some weekend passes. We're giving away some daily passes. I think we already announced a couple of the winners, but throughout this day, we're going to be tagging more. So make sure you stay tuned, keep your phone by you, and then also kind of keep it in mind that you're going to be needing to make plans to get to KHEA Radio to pick these up, because this starts tomorrow, and it's something you don't want to miss. Like Nick in the Groove is playing tomorrow, which is really cool and a big deal.
We've never been able to see Nick in the Groove perform yet live, so I might keep some of these tickets.
It's probably a smart idea.
Myself. You know, tomorrow we're actually going to be live on location at the League City Music Festival and Barbecue Cook-Off. We're going to be doing our live remote show on location. We're going to be talking to people like the mayor of League City, Pat Hallisey. We're going to be talking to the Lions Club. It's apparently Kids Day, Friday during the day, so there's going to be students and kids running around League City at Walter Hall Park. And so we're going to have a fun experience kind of talking to them, learning about everything that's going on. Maybe have some musicians on. It's going to be a packed show that you're not going to want to miss tomorrow on location from the League City Music Festival Barbecue Cook-Off.
Last time we had Mayor Hallisey in studio, it was a great time. And then we ran into him at the Lighthouse Christian Charities Gala event that took place at the Lone Star Flight Museum. And we talked to him. We're like, hey, how's it going? We got him on our live video. And asked him, when are you going to come back on? He said, anytime. I'm happy to come back on. So we kind of called and made that happen. So we're going to be able to talk to him tomorrow. I'm excited.
I was wondering if he was just trying to be polite on, you know, it's kind of like those things where you go and ask your mom if your best friend can spend the night. You know, at least my mom, she always got upset when I did it when my friend was standing right there.
Yeah.
Because you can't say no.
Oh, sure. Moments. My mom said no all the time. Like, they didn't care. Like, no, you can't. Like, but they did tell me, hey, don't ask when the person's there. That's just kind of like a courtesy.
Right. Yeah, my mom would that because she's like, I can't say no. And so I would do it purposely so that I could have my best friend spend the night.
Dang. Well, there you go. Your mom got bamboozled, huh? You showed her.
I did.
But Mayor Hallisey did say, hey, yeah, anytime, let me know. But then we asked, and he was like, yeah, anytime, I'll be there. So I guess he really meant it.
Because tomorrow he's going to be an honor show.
But if he's not there, then we know. He was like, well, they called and asked off the phone, and I just didn't have the heart to tell him. But we'll see. We're going to be at the League City Music Festival tomorrow, 8:30 to 11, doing our morning program on location at Walter Hall Park. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be an opportunity for you to see some behind the scenes. Maybe you're going to be at work. Maybe you're at home, can't make it till that evening to see Nick in the Groove and some other people. But you can hang out with us for a bit at the event.
You know, I love the fact, and it's kind of cool to look at this. KHEA Radio is one of the only radio stations in the entire country that is going out on location and doing stuff like that. It's so much fun. It's a blast to do.
Kurt, when you just drop stuff like that, like we're the only radio. There's a ton of radio stations that go out on location and do stuff like that.
We do. It's so much fun. You're gonna have to tune back in tomorrow in order to watch it.
I can't wait till Curt writes his book one day, and it's gonna be like how I revolutionized the world, and it's gonna be a retelling of the story, and I'm gonna be like reading the book, and Curt, this didn't happen. Like, did anybody fact check this? I'm gonna see myself. You're like doing a book signing.
You don't need to be book like when you're writing your own book. It doesn't need to be like it actually happened.
It's
right?
like nonfiction. It's like it was fiction, right? It was a borderline fantasy novel. What happened? Here's what you name it. What happened in Curt Casper's head? The Curt Casper story,
right?
And then I can write like a. What is that called? Like so if somebody writes a book and then there's like a guide that goes along with it.
Is it a eulogy? No.
Not a eulogy. That's what some passes away. So whenever you write a book, it's a guide. It's a guide that goes along with it. And it's like, okay, after you read page 1, there's like a little star after the third paragraph. And then you go read the color code, and it's where I'm like, okay, here's what actually happened. And then you're like, oh, okay, now it makes sense. And then it's just like a follow-along guide. I feel like that would help.
A follow-along guide.
Yeah. So, anyways, all of that to say we're going to be in League City tomorrow, Walter Hall Park, hanging out with the League City Music Festival. If you want to go hang out with us, feel free to it. It's 8:51. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. Kickstart's going to be on till 11. If you want to get a hold of us for any reason, how can they do that, Curt?
Yeah, they can go ahead and give us a call at 346-704-1806. You can also send a text message to that. It rings both Gardy and I's phones, so if you wanted to bug us, you can do that, 346-704-1806. You can also reach out to us on Facebook. You can also send us an email at KHEA@KHEARadio.com.
Hey, so Amy said Cliff Notes. That's what
man. Kids these days don't know about Cliff Notes.
I'm sure they do. It's not like they stopped, stopped needing them.
I thought that was just our thing in high school.
And then whenever the internet came out, which I was, around when the internet became around, right? It was Spark Notes, and you went to sparknotes.com.
Yes, and you would get, you wouldn't have to read.
No, but yes,
you wouldn't have to read because you could read the little notes, and you knew exactly what happened.
I can either read a book that's like this thick, like 2 inches thick, or I can read this little pamphlet that's like a 1/4 inch thick and learn even more. You would learn more from that because it's profound, explaining all of the comparisons and stuff that I didn't understand.
Our teachers would figure it out.
Yeah, because if you knew all of the comparisons...
Well, they would go to Spark Notes, read what was in Spark Notes, or whatever it is, Cliff Notes, and then they would go back and make the test or the quizzes that did everything that was not in the Spark Notes. So you would have to read the book. You couldn't just go and read the shortened version.
Spark Notes covered everything worthwhile in the book, though.
I know. They would pick the things that weren't worthwhile in the book in order to quiz you over so that you couldn't just read the Spark Notes.
It's like, what color was in the Crucible, Goody whoever, what color was her bonnet? White. Ooh, that wasn't in the Cliff Notes or the Spark Notes, but...
Yeah. It drove me nuts. I was like, can you just be like all the other teachers and not know? And she's like... I'm a young teacher. I know what it's like.
Because that's how I got through college, too. But I'm not going to let you get through high school that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Stinking.
Spark Notes. I'm going to write the Cliff Notes to Curt's book. So stay tuned for that. Hey, a couple of people were mentioning their cars. And so, some of you people have some amazing cars. A 56 T-Bird and a 73 Corvette or a 63 Corvette. Man, those would be... fit in quite nice, I suppose, at the show-off car show.
I'm super excited to bring my 2010 Jeep Compass.
Oh, yeah. That's very nice.
I mean, it's been featured in multiple videos.
It was. It was featured in a video with the San Leon Oyster Festival at the end.
I was just thinking there was somebody at the San Leon Oyster Festival, and she was apparently in the Urban Cowboy. And she's like, yeah, I'm Jessica from the Urban Cowboy. And I was like, yeah, kind of thing.
That movie's a big deal.
I know, but I didn't know who it was. She expected me to know, yeah, I'm Jessica from Urban Cowboy. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the same thing with my Jeep Compass. I'm like, this is the 2010 Jeep Compass.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
I think you finally... realize what other people feel like when you're like, I'm Curt from KHEA Radio, or this is my car from all the videos. Hello. And everybody like, okay. They're smiling and be like, yeah, all right. And they mouth at me, is he okay? And I'm like, no, borderline. He's all right. But
that's kind of what it was.
But, that was a big deal and really cool to have some of the original cast from Urban Cowboy there.
Yes, it
It's
was
legit.
cool. But
I was talking to my mom about it, and she was like, that's her favorite movie, like all time. Or like she said top 2, Urban Cowboy. And I was talking to some other people about it, and they're all about it too. Like Kelly yesterday was talking about Gillies and, the movie Urban Cowboy. She's like, yeah, Urban Cowboy. It's a big deal.
Yeah, I didn't grow up in
pretty
Texas,
neat.
though, so it wasn't one of those things that I had to, like, go out of my way and see.
Well, it wasn't just a movie released in Texas. It's a movie with John Travolta released worldwide. So there's that.
I realize, but like I feel like if you grew up in this area,
so you can just turn your cowboy boots in at the end of the day and go back to Nebraska, and everybody will be okay.
For sure.
And there's that.
There's that.
Okay. Let us know, hey, what do you have going on today? If you're watching on Facebook, a lot of people are saying good morning, so good morning to you as well. We appreciate you taking the time to tune in. We're going to be talking about STEM and some local kids from San Leon, Texas. Some local kids are going to be going to camp. They're going to STEM camp at the University of Houston this summer. We're going to see the different ways they're fundraising, the different ways they're trying to make it happen. They can go and live out an awesome summer, and learn as well.
One of the things I'm excited to ask them about is the Altitude Trampoline Park. Because I feel like that, for me, would be a fun opportunity tonight. Like to just go and jump.
You should go. Go and jump.
Would they get mad?
Why would they get mad? You're like paying and supporting their dreams here.
I realize, but I'm going to take over the whole trampoline park.
It's a pretty big park, Kurt.
I'm going to take it over.
How are you going to take it over?
They're going to want to kick me out after a little bit because I'm going to be jumping around and like playing dodgeball.
That's what everybody's going to be doing there, just jumping around.
Okay. As long as they're okay with it, I'm down.
Well, that's why they give people clean socks. They give you like a pair of socks.
Can I bring my old pair that I already have?
I think you can as long as they're clean. I really think you can.
They're not clean.
Okay. Well, there's that. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. We're going to take a break from the FM. We're going to keep it going on Facebook. We're going to be talking to these local kids doing some really cool things. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. Stay tuned.
Education.
All right, let me go take care of these kiddos. You want to talk about our app?
I might want to. We'll see. But, hey, I want to talk to you guys and learn about what you guys got going on today. So it's Thursday. My wife asked me yesterday, hey, what do you have going on? And so I looked at the calendar, and besides the morning show, at this time, it looks like, the afternoon's clear for the most part. So it's going to be interesting to see what we can get into. Yeah, this evening, Altitude Trampoline Park, it's going to be an opportunity for you to go support these kids from San Leon that are raising some money to go to a STEM camp at the University of Houston. So the app, that's a great question. When is the app releasing? There's about 3 more things that we need to do before we have the KHEA radio app. One of those things is make sure that we have, I'm going to show you on my phone, the icon. So like looking at, any app, if you look at your phone, there's a little icon. So, Facebook has the F, Twitter has their logo, which is the bird. I have the Amico app, ESPN, Fantasy Football app, Instagram app, all of these logos. So we need to finalize what we're going to pick as ours, because once you pick it, you're set. And then if you want to change it, you have to pay more money. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to, have to keep making changes. We want to make it to where we can pick it and be good to go. And then there's a couple descriptions that we have to do as well. And then after we get all that finalized, we're going to submit it. And once it's submitted, then, hey, we should be good. So, hey, we got Kurt making some noise in the background, and we also have some local kids, some local teachers making their way into the studio, and we're going to be learning about everything that's going on. They're going to be raising some money so they can go to STEM camp that's taking place this summer. So how's everybody doing today?
Good. How are you this morning?
I'm good. Pretty good. So is the camp is it at University of Houston?
It is housed out of the University of Houston, yes.
Okay, cool. And it's STEM camp, right?
Yes, it's a STEM camp that the kids get to go to. They will be there for 6 days and nights with only phone calls to mom and dad. So I think they're all really excited about that.
Wait, the parents or the kids?
All of us.
Everybody's excited. Well, that's awesome. Hey, that's going to be a lot of fun. So 6 days, 6 nights. And it's on campus? Like they're going to stay in the dorms? Or?
Yeah, they stay in the dorms that normal college kids stay in. So it's super exciting.
And how old are the kids that are going to be going?
They're in 4th grade, so they're 9 and 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, to be 9 and 10 years old and have the opportunity to stay in a college dorm and get a little taste of, college life, it's kind of a big deal.
It's huge, especially coming out of San Leon. Most of these kids don't even have the opportunity to see different college campuses. So to go and stay for that amount of time in the dorms at this age is going to be life-changing for them.
Yeah, definitely. It can get the wheels turning and start to dream.
Absolutely. Their wheels already turn constantly, but this will get it going faster for sure.
That's cool. So can you share a little bit about STEM? What exactly is it?
So STEM is, it stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. So it's a lot of hands-on activities. They learn through inquiry and they learn by doing. And it focuses a lot on just different aspects and different careers that these kids want to go into anyways. Do y'all want to tell them a little bit about what each day would be like when you're there? Okay.
So one day will be engineering. Another day we'll do like CSI. And then another day we will...
medical. So they have a day that's devoted to just medical aspects, and then a day that they investigate, see as they go through a real life crime scene and they try to crack that. And then another day they go through the engineering process, and every day involves 2 different STEM challenges that they have to complete with. And it also builds leadership skills throughout each day.
Okay, wow. So there's going to be a lot going on. Each day is going to focus on something brand new and different. Okay.
And they have a packed day. It starts with breakfast at 7:30 in the morning, and they don't return to their dorm until 9 o'clock at night.
Wow.
So it's very packed and full of fun stuff for them to do.
Okay, so how many kids are going to be going from the San Leon group?
So from San Leon, we have 9 kids that will be joining together to go to this camp.
Okay, so 9 kids from and they're all 9 or 10 years old?
Right.
And that's the 4th grade?
Yes.
Okay, cool. What's the name of the school?
San Leon Elementary.
San Leon Elementary. Okay. That's awesome. So we're learning right now a bit about everything that's going on, and we may have some a stream restart or something, right? Okay. So it's all going good, but I'm excited y'all are here today.
We're very excited.
Yeah. So what do you teach at the school? How does do y'all switch classes, or is it like everybody in one?
We have, they have one switch class. So for my class, all of the kids are in my class, and I teach them math and science. And then they have another switch class where they learn reading, language arts, and social studies.
Okay. Where are you from originally?
The Dallas area.
From Dallas.
Ennis.
Okay, yeah. Man, they had a really nice football stadium.
Yeah.
It's like ridiculous.
Their football team's really good, so.
Yeah, there was
Go Lions.
I think like artificial turf and like everything, because we'd go play like some playoff games there, and because it's such a nice stadium, and I guess in the middle it's a good location.
And it's huge.
Yeah, it's very big, so that's cool.
All right. We're going to have to create a new stream. Would you guys be able to share it out again?
Sure, we just relaunch it.
Sorry. It looked like our internet dropped down to like nothing.
No.
Don't be scared.
I saw it happening, and then there was nothing I could do.
They're never this quiet, by the way.
She's like, nope. Cool.
Yeah.
So the altitude thing is tonight, right?
Yeah, from 5 to 9 tonight. We're doing an altitude fundraiser. All the kids will be out there supporting it and jumping and having a great time. So we have that tonight, and then we have a couple of others coming up as well.
Is it $15?
It's $15 to jump for 2 hours.
Okay.
And we will get part of the proceeds from the 5 to 9 time slot.
Okay, we got 8 seconds, Curt. So go ahead and start it, and we'll do this. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And we are excited to have some guests in studio. We have some awesome guests, some young guests, and then we have some teachers from San Leon. How are y'all doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm glad that y'all are here hanging out with us. And so I see on your shirt, it says the SLES STEM-tastic crew. So is it say the SLES STEM-tastic crew? How does that go? And what does that mean?
San Leon Elementary School.
Boom. Okay. The San Leon Elementary School STEM-tastic crew. So you guys are raising some money because y'all are going to be doing something this summer that I don't think that many 9 and 10-year-olds have the opportunity to do. What exactly is going on this summer?
We're going to be going to a camp at the University of Houston.
Wow. So the University of Houston's putting on a STEM camp, and there's about how many kids? 9 kids?
We have 9 kids from San Leon going.
Okay, that's awesome. How did these kids get selected or apply to be able to go?
So they were nominated by one of our teachers at the school, Miss Singleton. Say thank you, Miss Singleton.
Thank you, Miss Singleton.
And the nominations are based on several things. They're based on their grades, their attitude, their attendance, their teachability as well, and then just how well they handle inquiry situations.
Okay, and so there's 9 kids. They're going to be going. There has to be some cost associated with that. What is associated?
So the tuition for a 6-day, 6-night stay is $2,300 per kid.
Okay, wow.
So it's pretty. It's up there. It's hard for these kids to be able to come up with that kind of money. So we're trying to fundraise to help them meet the tuition needs.
Okay. Have y'all done some events so far?
We have. We worked Oyster Fest last weekend in San Leon, and we sold drinks. The kids did amazing. They weren't happy with the amount of people coming up to the tent. They took our portable coolers and were walking around and selling drinks, and they were selling faster than we were at the tent. So
wow.
They are very active. They're very excited. They are working hard to raise the funds for themselves.
Okay. So we were at the San Leon Oyster Fest, and I should have went and bought all the drinks.
I wish you would have, because my garage
Man.
is full of drinks.
Well, it was so busy. It was a good event. You know,
Right,
there was a lot of stuff going on, but I'm glad y'all are out there. And I think it kind of shows a lot about the kind of kids that y'all are. The fact that you're like, hey, we can sit here and be shy, or we can go out there and hustle and work.
They're very driven.
Where do they get that drive?
I guess it just comes natural. I mean, as their teacher, I work to bring it out in them, but they're pretty good leaders themselves, and they do it themselves.
Yeah.
I just help build that confidence.
So I used to be a teacher in Vermont, and we actually had a STEM classroom, and it was a big open space. They even had a robotics competition room inside of the classroom.
Right. All 3 of these kids are in robotics as well.
So they had a competition. It was a regional competition or something, and they actually built a robot. They spend like weeks and weeks and weeks building this robot, and then they go and they have like a challenge. And I think this one was the robots had to like fling stuff across this like
catapult?
Yeah, try to get.
Y'all thought your challenges were hard.
It was crazy. I was like, what? It was like a basketball challenge kind of thing. I thought it was really cool.
That is awesome.
But is that stuff that they're doing now as these kids? Because this was high school kids that were doing this.
All 3 of these kids, plus a couple of others that are going to the STEM camp, were in robotics as well. I'm their robotics coach, too. And their mission this year was they had to forklift PVC pipes and then go and drop them in a barrier of certain color. So whatever color pipe they had to drop that pipe in a certain color in order to get points. And so we did 3 different competitions, and one of them they got 3rd place, and the other one they got 4th.
And second.
And second. Sorry. There you go. I got corrected.
How did you guys learn how to do that?
We did it with Legos. And
Their robots were built out of Legos.
We built the base, and then we had to come up with an idea for the lifter.
Yeah. And like, where do y'all get those ideas? Just brainstorming? Is it a teamwork thing?
Yes.
Yeah, they all worked together on it. It was amazing.
Okay. Wow. I enjoyed, playing with Legos and doing those kinds of things as a kid, but we didn't have something called STEM. Where did that idea come from, and how long have they been doing this stuff?
STEM's been around for, I would say, probably started getting big 10 or so years. But when I was in school, it was a thing, but we didn't know it was a thing. It wasn't something that was talked about. But now it's huge, and they are trying to promote it all over because it helps with so many different careers, that they get the hands-on experience and the problem-solving skills that they do get.
So the whole idea is more hands-on, like you get
Absolutely.
to actually build stuff instead of just, like textbook.
Correct.
And for kids, is that a better way to learn? Or is it...
I personally like learning like that because I don't just like sitting there writing down stuff. I like hands-on.
Yeah.
And they have to use their problem-solving skills to make things happen.
Okay.
So, and they have to learn how to work as a team. I think robotics was, we saw a couple of, okay, I got to back down now and let this person do what they need to do, and it works. So it's team building and it's problem-solving skills.
Yeah, that's stuff that you have to do, like even like in work, as a teacher and principals and working together. So those are actual things that you're gonna have to do later on as well. So hey, the sooner you can learn it, the better.
Right.
You mentioned the kids working at the San Leon Oyster Festival, selling drinks and getting some money, raising it for the camp this summer. What else is scheduled? So y'all are gonna try and get some funds in.
So we have tonight from 5 to 9. We have our altitude fundraiser, and it's 2 hours of jump time for $15. Altitude socks, if you don't have them, are $2, and we'll get a portion of those proceeds from tonight. And then on Saturday, these 3 kids will be at Kroger in Dickinson for Lemonade Day, and we're going to be selling drinks, trying to raise money. We also have another group that will be at Bayshore on Saturday for Lemonade Day, trying to sell lemonade and raising funds. Then on the 7th, May 7th, we will be at Bayshore Grill in San Leon, raising funds. The kids will be taking people to their seats and bringing them silverware or napkins, that sort of thing.
Wow, that's awesome. Has Bayshore Grill been a big help with this?
We would not be able to do what we've done so far without Frances. She has been absolutely amazing. She's been a good guide for me. This is the first big fundraiser thing that I've done as a teacher, and she has guided me the whole way. She messages me at 11 o'clock at night when I have questions.
Yeah.
She comes up to the schools. She's gotten us funding. So she's been amazing.
Yeah, Frances, she actually messaged us and was like, hey, can you all talk about that? You're like, yeah, absolutely. These are the things that we like to talk about and things we want to spread awareness about. Being able to go at the age of 9 or 10 years old to a university, a big one, University of Houston, stay for six days.
And they're staying in the dorms that college kids stay in. Mm-hmm. So once they kick the college kids out for the summer, these guys are moving in for 6 days.
Oh,
That's
man.
amazing.
I got some tips on how to stay in a dorm room if you guys need them. Gardy, have you ever stayed in a dorm room?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
It's fun.
Bring a fan. Make sure you have isn't there like a special set of like sheets?
It's got to be the twin extra large.
Twin extra large. I remember that because they had to be longer because the beds at the dorms are longer. It's crazy. It's interesting.
It's real nice.
It's nice.
They're going to enjoy yourselves big time.
Make sure you bring sandals for when you go to the showers.
Oh, yes. You don't want to step in the shower. We'll buy you some water shoes.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's going to be taking place this summer, the STEM camp. Someone was asking, how old are kids normally when they get into the STEM programs?
So Dickinson ISD has a STEM program that you have to apply for and meet the needs to get in that starts in 5th grade, and they are slowly building it up. Right now it goes through 7th grade, and then they're going to slowly build that up.
Okay, so we have 3 kids here in studio today, and I know this may be not a funny question, but I know you're young, and maybe y'all are getting big, older and doing all these things, right? And it's awesome. But do you have any idea at this age today what you want to do whenever you get older? What do y'all want to do when y'all get older?
I want to be a fashion designer.
Fashion designer. I like that. What do y'all want to do?
Mechanical engineering.
A mechanical engineer. That's a good one. If I could go back, I'd tell myself the same thing. That's what I would be.
And I want to be an airplane pilot.
An airplane pilot.
I told all 3 of them once they become that not to forget me since I'm doing all this for them. Come back and support me a little bit.
Yeah. So has this STEM program been able to, I guess, spark those ideas for those careers?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you all share, a story about anything? Like, I know we talked a little bit about the robotics. What's something else that y'all have done in the STEM program? Anything like teamwork or anything at all?
Mars rover.
What's that?
There was a competition at the University of Houston where we got to build a model rover and present it at the University of Houston.
Wow, that's awesome.
They had to come up with a mission that they thought a rover should be able to complete on Mars. So they researched past rovers, what their mission was, and then they worked in teams to come up with the mission they wanted and build the rover based on that.
That's cool. So we're talking to some kids from the San Leon Elementary School. We're talking to some teachers as well. Are y'all, San Leon has like it's a unique area.
Absolutely.
You know, the water access and the industries that are there. You know, being from San Leon, and to be able to go out and represent, does that make y'all feel proud? Like, what kind of feelings do y'all get whenever y'all say, hey, I'm from San Leon and I'm going to go do big things?
Happy.
Yeah. You know, it seems like it would be a sense of pride to be able to be from San Leon and then still, you know, go and do these awesome things. But, Curt, with the STEM program and you being in a background of education, what other things did you see from kids in STEM?
Well, I guess want to know why they chose STEM. If you're asking me, like, why did you guys choose to be a part of this?
Because
I think that's
we can really work like on projects, not really write down things. We can work as a group.
That makes sense.
That's awesome. What about you, Cash?
This one's good.
Sorry, Cash.
I just love doing a lot of things in school. I can't just sit there and do my work. Once I finish it, I need more work.
You need something else to do. You want to stay busy. And I like the hands-on teaching aspect because, you know, as an educator, do you see, I mean, nobody learns the same, right?
Correct.
And so some people will learn better from hands-on and then, you know, reading or hearing it. And so this kind of lets them do all of it together.
It
the STEM
does,
program?
yeah. And in the meantime, it builds those problem-solving skills that they need in order to be successful as they get older. So I'm trying to start it at a younger age so that when they do get into high school or junior high, it's not as hard for them. They already have experience with it. Mm-hmm. In my class, we rarely sit down. We're up all the time, listening to music, moving around. These kids teach other kids, and that shows their mastery of the content that they're being able to teach others the content that's there.
Okay. And you mentioned, I think it's about like $2,000 something per kid, right?
$2,300 per kid for the full stay.
Okay. And if you don't mind or if you know this, like how much more needs to be raised?
So
$9,570.
$9,570.
Okay. And so there's still some opportunities for fundraising events. And then if people want to donate or get involved or contact you because they have an idea, how can they do that?
So I can be contacted through Facebook in multiple ways. I have a personal page, Cassidy Dill, and then we also have a community page to reach people just for this group. That's the SLES STEMtastic Crew page.
Okay.
And we can be reached either way.
We have a GoFundMe.
We do have a GoFundMe as well.
Okay.
That is shared on our group page. So anybody that wants to go on and join that group page, it will be there. Maybe we can get you guys to share that as well so that they can have easier access to
Sure,
that.
yeah, we'll share that out. So if you're watching on Facebook, be on the lookout for that link. If you're listening on 99.5 FM and you want to get involved, hey, go check out the SLES STEMtastic Crew. There's a Facebook page. It'll have a GoFundMe. You can donate or you can go maybe this Saturday for Lemonade Day to Bayshore Grill.
Or to Kroger and Dickinson.
And y'all are going to be set up where if you want to buy some lemonade, support some local kids doing some really big things, you can do that.
We also have a poker run set up for May 25th that Francis from Bayshore has helped us, and we will be doing raffle baskets for that just to help raise money. So any donations for that as well, gift cards to different businesses, and then we will be selling the raffle tickets for the kids as well.
Okay.
They're going to be one for $5 or
5 for 20.
5 for 20.
Okay, and you can just get a basket, potential to win a basket with all kinds of cool prizes in
Yeah,
there.
we've started 2 different baskets. One is a liquor basket, and then the other one is just gift cards from the surrounding community.
Awesome. Cool.
Awesome. What is a poker run? You don't know.
So I really don't know. This was Francis's idea. My husband's in the Coast Guard, and he said it's something about racing boats, but I really have no clue.
Oh, that's cool.
All I know is we have to be at the end spot with the basket so we can do the raffle.
Yeah.
Cody from Bayshore Grill told me that there's like 7 different restaurants or stops, and each time you go, you get a poker card or a playing card.
Okay.
And at the end, whoever shows up with the best hand wins.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm no good at that, at like card games in general. And so I don't know even like, it's like, what do I have? Or
Like, is this even any good?
did I do something? Or it's like, they're the same color or like, here, there's 2 numbers twice and I know that's good. So
Right. And there's the people presenting are participating in the poker run range from San Leon all the way down to Galveston.
Wow. So you can literally go all up and down.
All up and down.
Till you get the best hand,
That's
then
right.
show up.
And then just
That's
get
cool.
there.
That's cool.
What if I don't have the best hand yet? Do I go back to those other restaurants until I keep getting the best hand? Like if I show up with 7 aces,
Yeah, from his
Then
own card
obviously
deck.
Yeah.
From his own card deck that he bought at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, he goes to Dollar Tree, then Walmart, and be like, no, these cards are trash. Like trying to find the same ones that y'all are giving out, and be like, I won. I have
would.
every card in the deck. Here's 52.
but you have to be the first to get there.
I don't really know all the rules.
Yeah, we don't know the
This is our
rules.
first.
This was Francis. It was
Someone
her
tag
idea.
Francis.
Yeah. Francis,
did.
where are you? We need you.
Francis.
She was on the stream earlier on the one that
Kabooded.
worked.
Yep. It's 920. This is KHEA Radio.com, 99.5 FM.
Speaking of restaurants in that poker run, there's a lot of good places to eat in San Leon. Where are
my
you guys
goodness,
eating?
yes. So we go to Bayshore Grill a lot, especially the teachers, because it's right down the road, and we could call it in from the school with our 30-minute lunch and run down, pick it up, and get back. Topwater Grill is amazing. They are one of our sponsors as well. So they've been amazing to these kids too.
That's really cool.
Better Bayshore or Gilhooly's? Bayshore or Gilhooly's?
Oh, I thought you were going to
Okay,
ask.
so I've never been to Gilhooly's because I have kids, and
Yeah.
kids aren't allowed in there. And
Have
I don't
y'all ever
not
been to
have my-
Gilhooly's? No.
Say, no, you're not.
Yeah.
allowed in there.
Like,
you're supposed to
You're
say
not
no.
allowed in there.
No.
We're gonna go get some $3.99 a pound crawfish though, huh?
Oh yeah,
Bayshore.
we will
Oh,
be.
yeah.
Yes.
Man, it's crawfish season. How about y'all? Is everybody a fan of crawfish? Have y'all ever had it?
Yes.
I like that.
His eyes lit up. He's
Like,
like, he's like, crawfish?
Anything with food in him, he gets excited.
Hey,
Me too.
us too.
Do you like tacos?
Yes.
Oh, it's our favorite.
Do you like
Did you
our
see
taco
it?
cat?
Oh, that is awesome.
We got a taco pinata, and I got this little taco keychain with the mustache. People just started bringing us tacos. Well, we
That
had
is
one taco in here, and then we don't mind, and then we like when they bring us real tacos too.
Pierre.
Yeah.
Oh, Pierre.
I mean, I work at San Leon Elementary School. If anybody wants to bring me tacos,
So there's other teachers in here, and y'all all teach in that 4th grade class.
I'm a parent to
yeah.
Okay.
This is Cash's mom, and
Okay.
then over here hiding, trying not to be seen, is one of our academic coaches, and she is Tristan's mom.
Okay, what is the mascot for San Leon Elementary School?
Al the Gator.
Owl the Gator. I like it. Okay,
Big Al.
Big Owl. Because I saw our shirt, and that's
Yes.
out of the corner of my eye. I thought it was like an Oyster Festival logo, but then I saw it's an alligator. So Owl the Gator. That's the mascot. San Leon Elementary School. Is there an actual like gator that walks around at times? Does he have a? Or
At
is
the
he-
high school, and they come over certain times to pump the kids up for STAR tests or just different things we have going on.
Yeah. Is it testing? Did that pass?
No, it's coming up.
Wow. Is
Yeah.
everybody prepared? Like, what kind of
I
preparation
don't
goes
know.
into
Are y'all
that?
prepared? Y'all ready? We're still in the middle of what we call Blitz, which is just review of the entire year to prepare them. Their STAR test is May 13th and 14th. So we're cramming it all in.
Yeah.
So I was just sitting here thinking,
Here we go.
this is Candace, right?
Yes.
And this is Cash.
Yes.
Cash, you had an interesting story. You were like internet famous a year ago,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
With the Astros,
Yes.
the Houston Astros, and it just clicked as I was sitting here. I'm like,
The
'cause
gerbil.
I saw Candace. You jumped on the stream earlier today, and someone said hi, Candace, and it was actually Amy.
Right.
And then Cash, and then all just clicked like in one moment. I'm like, oh, this is
Yeah, when my daughter Callie dropped her ring off the railing, she was clapping for Marisnik because he made that
Oh,
awesome
yeah.
catch, and it flew down. And then a nice gentleman behind us saw her and gave it the ring, and we're best friends with him now.
He's
Brett.
actually been one of our sponsors as well.
That's
So
awesome.
he's amazing.
Yeah. Wow. Well, it's interesting how social media can bring people together and then spread stories. And so those are the kind of things that we love to share, as well. And we're going to be sharing out some more information, how you can get involved and support these local kids doing some really cool things. I think like GoFundMe may be an option if you aren't able to attend any of the Lemonade Days or the events tonight. But hey, I have $100, I have $200, I have $1,000. If you want to support, if your business wants to support these local kids as well, why not have your business reach out, become a sponsor? That's something that y'all could use as well, right?
Definitely.
Absolutely, yeah. And they can do that through contacting me. They could call the school and contact me, or through Facebook.
Okay, yeah. And even if you want to reach out to us, if that's an option, or if you can't find the links, just send us an email, KHEA@KHEAradio.com, or you can also send us a Facebook message. Do any of you kids drink coffee? Y'all want some coffee? Anybody? Okay, no? All right. That's good. Yeah, don't drink it.
They don't need the extra energy.
I know we have an awesome, Miss Joanne is awesome and brings us coffee every day, so it's nice being a radio guy.
Speaking of energy, Altitude Trampoline Park. That's going to be tonight.
We want to know if you guys are going to come and join us and jump with us.
We may be able to. I need to check with my wife. I know my kids would love it.
Oh, yeah.
I've been one time. I did not jump because the last time I jumped in actually just like a bounce castle, right? I was in there for like 3 seconds and I was like, this is so much. And then I was just exhausted. But my kids, oh man, they can jump in there all day. Or like I let them go at altitude, right? And they were just having the time of their life. Where do you find the energy? Where does it come from? How do I tap into that?
In school.
Say it again?
Building it up all day in school.
You know
They
what?
have energy from the time that their head rises off that pillow. I tell them all the time it comes from their toenails, that it has to, because there's so much.
You felt the same way because we had filmed at a bounce cast for Jumpstart Us. They're out of Dickinson.
It's exhausting. I don't know. You know, we got people our age in here. It's not. It's not fun.
I was filming.
It's not fun
It
at
definitely
all.
brings out the age, for
Oh
sure.
man, because I was filming him for like this thing that we were doing, and so I'm trying to get him in the video, and he's like, "Gardy, do you have it?" I was like, "We need like 3 more shots," and he's like, "Are you serious?" Like, oh my
like, I'm
gosh, come on.
done.
I'm tired. I'm done. I was like, "Kurt, no, we need these.
I was like,
we need these camera
Paul?
shots."
I actually played though. It was cool. I went to Altitude one time, and it was a blast. I had a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
The dodgeball, right? Have you guys done the dodgeball?
Yes.
Are you guys pretty good at dodgeball? So I'm pretty good at dodgeball too.
Sounds like a challenge.
It sounds like a challenge.
But
to
you
me.
know, the problem with that is when you're an adult and you go into that room and you're playing dodgeball with the little kids, guess who they're going after?
Oh, absolutely. But
They're
I just heard a challenge, so I think it should be the STEM-tastic crew against Kurt. What do y'all think?
That's a great idea.
Oh my gosh.
It might be a little
Oh,
challenging.
they're ready now.
You know
It might be a little challenging because we're all softball and baseball players.
Ooh.
I'm gonna win.
And when it
I think they're
comes,
threatening you. I'm not really passive-aggressive threat.
You know, there was one, it like hit off my chest here, and the little kid started like going like, oh yeah, I got him. And I like rolled and tumbled, and I got underneath of it, and I went like, caught the ball, and the kid's face like immediately
Crushed
was like,
his dreams.
yeah, get out. I was like, but you know, they have referees in there. I'm like, yeah, kick him out, kick him out. It was so much fun.
Kurt stories. Did you also do the splits and a backflip like before you caught
No,
it as
It was
well?
just a tumble, and then I rolled
Yeah.
up my back and caught it. It was great. It was so much fun.
Yeah. Every time I hear that story, there's like a new move and maneuver like thrown in there. So
The
I'm
little
waiting
kid
for the
was, like,
splits.
crying.
Oh,
He was like crying. He's like,
And you're all proud.
And I'm like,
yeah, and he was happy about it.
Yeah, I'm the greatest.
Yeah. So the other thing that they have is like a foam pit there where you can
Oh,
like
yeah.
jump and swing off, and it looks like it would be easy. I didn't get up
I
there
have some upper body strength for that.
because you got to hold on to the rope, right?
Yeah.
Have y'all done it?
The bar is so sweaty though.
Yeah.
It's kind of
You have
hard.
to like rub your hands like 5 times on the pole before you go on there.
Oh my goodness.
I'm 5'1.5" and the foam's like really high. So
Yeah.
once I swing, my legs touch the foam, and one time I just face plant into the foam.
Oh my goodness.
You know, Cash, I'm 5'9.5" too. You know?
Gotta
But
get that hat.
it was the craziest thing, like to land in there. Have you guys done it? Have anyone else jumped into that?
I know
I've
my upper
tried
body
one
strength, and it's
time
not
and
enough
it
for
It
that.
hurts.
She would never.
There, it's foam, but it hurts. Like I've never hurt my body so much. I'm like sitting there, like, what? Why does this hurt so much? I need to stop.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't even try. I didn't even take off my shoes or like get socks or anything. I'm like, yeah, I can't do that.
I'm starting to work on my excuses if I lose tonight. Like, man, my neck hurts, my back hurts. I just-
Premeditated excuses.
Yes, like just get ready for when they beat me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my
So,
money's on the STEM-tastic crew. I'm going with them.
oh, mine too. 100%.
Hey, maybe we can start taking a pot of bets, and then they get all the proceeds to help them go to camp.
That's a good idea.
Gardy, who you got? Who you laying
who do you
$5
think I
on the
got?
line for? Who you laying $5 on the line for?
I can have some moves
Oh!
time to time.
Ooh. You know, how about what if we did the betting, but the winner gets to take the pot? So
Kurt's like, I'll take the.
That's fine. We got this.
I'm kidding.
They'll
Classic
probably be
Kurt.
practicing at recess today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you guys got out of school today.
Not
We're
all
going
the
back
day.
after this.
How did you guys get out? Did they let you? Did it be like,
Yeah.
Our principal's amazing.
Are you gonna have to make up all the work that you're missing?
They're missing my class right now, so
So you're here.
and I'm here, so they're fine.
Who is the principal there?
Sherry Blackburn.
Have they been very supportive of everything going on?
Absolutely. Yeah, all these crazy requests that I have, like, hey, they want me on the radio. Can I just not come to work until a little bit later? No hesitation. Sure.
Yeah. That's
So
cool.
they've been very supportive of us.
Why did you get involved in STEM?
So math just comes natural to me. I've always been a math and science person. And now that I'm teaching it, this is my 11th year teaching. So it just kind of grows. The more I teach, the more the STEM process grows. 10 years ago in my classroom, I don't think anybody ever left their seat. Now they're in their seat for like 5 minutes, if that.
Did you
So-
always want to be a teacher? Did you know that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my mom is a teacher. So I used to go into her class. She's not very good at math. So I used to go into her class. She taught 4th grade and I was in 5th grade. And I would leave my class to go teach her class math.
What's up with math now? Because, like, my son, who he's 6. He's 6 years old, and they were teaching him, like, okay, forwards it's this, 2 plus 1 is 3, and then 3 minus 1 is 2. It's like in reverse, and so some of the numbers are filled in. It's like, oh, well, I guess they're teaching him the patterns, and I was like, are they trying to teach him addition and subtraction at the same time?
Well, so the whole idea behind it is that they learn the number families. They learn those fact families. And so they need to be able to see that if it's 1 plus 2 equals 3, that's the same thing as 2 plus 1 equals 3 or
Yes.
2 minus 1 equals 3.
Okay, so it's a pattern thing that they're trying to teach?
It just helps them connect it when they see it all together.
2 minus 1 equals 3.
Is that what I say? Sorry. My students are correcting me over here.
I knew what you meant.
I
Yeah,
knew
see?
that 1 equals 3.
Just blurb that part out.
I took calculus in college, and they told me that.
Y'all will learn that part later.
What really got me when I got to college, I didn't take a math class. I started to take a math class in college.
You didn't have to take math in college?
I didn't. I started to take one.
And you were a teacher. How'd you manage that?
Clown college.
Clown college. But it was literally like the guy was standing up there and goes, yeah, 1 plus 1 doesn't always have to equal 2. And I was just like, you're crazy.
What is it equal 11?
It was like different things.
I like that. 1 and 1 could equal 11.
And I was like, what? And
Depends on perception.
so I went to my
confusing us.
college.
I gotta undo those.
I went to my college advisor, and he goes, "Oh no, you don't need to take math. Just go take theater instead." And I was like, "Perfect.
Yeah, I can
Take
math.
theater over math all day."
Yeah, my wife, she went to U of H, and she kind of, I helped her with. I went to my wife's college classes. I went to Galveston College. She was at U of H, and like I would skip mine and just like go to hers because we weren't married yet. But I was just like, I'd rather hang out with her. But like I would help her with her math. I wasn't even taking math, but I don't know. Math's cool. Definitely pay attention to your teachers, and the Common Core is interesting. But as long as it teaches, you get the end result is important, right?
I have to pay attention to my math teacher because it's her.
Is she a good math teacher?
I'm also her mom.
Is that cool to be able to teach your daughter?
I wouldn't trust anybody else with her. I want her to know my ways, not someone else's.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. I'm ready for her to go to 5th grade, though.
Look at it.
Wow, are you
I
gonna
love you,
follow
babe.
her up the ranks? Because this is the only
Absolutely
year
not.
you got to, right?
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna watch her go.
Yeah. Do they still do long division? Was that 5th grade?
They learned it this year in 4th grade.
Okay, in 4th grade. Is it still the same, or is it like
No,
kind
it's
of
the
been manipulated? Okay.
I mean, there's different ways you can do it if they're not understanding it, but we start out the traditional way.
So I remember being a kid, and you probably remember this too, and they always said, you're not going to have a calculator in your pocket for the rest of your life. And it turns out
Lies.
that wasn't
It was
true. We
all
have a
lies.
calculator in our
Yeah.
pocket like all the time. Is that part of the reason that like Common Core and those things got switched up so that way it'll teach or somebody. Okay.
That's above my level. I'm
Yeah,
not sure why that
I was having a conversation with my wife again about that stuff. I'm just like, I wonder why. Like,
Where's
just trying
this
to
coming from?
Right.
I think it's more about people learning the different learning styles and trying to adapt to the different learning styles is where all of that stems from.
Okay.
I do remember I was a video teacher, so I taught how to make videos. But in Vermont, it was an all-day program. So you had to teach English and math and everything inside of video, like how it can relate. There's not really a whole lot of math in shooting a video. So what I did was I did fantasy football instead. Like, hey, I'm gonna let you draft your own fantasy football team, but you're gonna have to calculate yourself how many points you got, and then you could go and double check it. But there was a student who he was putting dots on numbers to count the numbers. He's like, oh, well, a 5 has 5 dots, so then he could count all of the dots. And I was just like, I had never seen that before, but there are different ways to learn.
As a kid, I used to do something like that sometimes. Like because it's like, oh, don't count with your fingers. I'm like, okay, I won't, and I just remember on number 4, I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's how I learned.
Yeah, and then I would just do that, and then plus, 3 has the 1, 2, 3 on there, and it just it's real quick, and then obviously it becomes routine.
See, for me, that's weird. For me, it was I had the flashcards. You had flashcards, and you just knew. I knew at some point 1 + 1 = 2, and then 2 + 1 = 3.
So they did flashcards in 3rd grade. So by the time they come to me, they better know them. But
Yeah.
we do fun ways to practice their multiplication facts and different things.
Yeah, what with technology, what are those ways? Is it incorporating technology or even?
Sometimes there's different online programs that they get to go on and do throughout their math centers. I also just kind of create games. I didn't create Kaboom, but they do that one where it's popsicle sticks and different, there's just different scenarios. You lose all your sticks or you got to switch your sticks and that sort of thing. And then I created heads up multiplication facts where
Heads up,
We
7
have
up.
cards.
yeah, they have cards on their head, and so Cash and Tristan would have a card. Macy has to tell them the product. So when Cash looks at his, he has to know what his factor is.
Okay.
Did you guys ever play Heads Up 7 Up when you guys were little?
Yes.
They still ask me to do that all the time. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
Heads Up
we don't
7
have
Up
time
is
for
the.
that.
Do you know what that is, Gardy?
Yeah, of course I know what Heads Up 7 Up
Okay,
is.
just making
doesn't?
sure.
What kind of question is this?
Just making sure.
What are you getting at here? No, that was an awesome game. Yeah, it was fun. I'm sure you cheated because I just know you now,
Oh,
and so
yeah.
I can imagine you as a child. That's not good. But it was fun. It was a fun game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It is 9:37. It's KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. We're talking to the STEM-tastic crew out of San Leon Elementary School. They got Al the Gators, the big mascot there, holding it down. These kids are going to be going to camp, STEM camp, this summer at the University of Houston. How long are they going to be there again?
They'll be there for 6 days and 6 nights.
What kind of things are they going to be doing?
You want to tell them?
We'll be doing a medical class one day. We'll be doing a CSI class.
Engineering.
Engineering class.
And an engineering class.
And then they have they have 2 STEM challenges a day that they have to complete. We don't know what that looks like yet, but
yeah. What times are they going to be starting and finishing?
so they have to be downstairs from the dorm at 7:30 for breakfast every morning, and then they don't release them back to the dorms until 9:00 at night. So it's a full-on day of go, go, go.
Kids, I'll also tell you guys this about living in the dorms. The food there is the best food that you're going to eat the entire time.
Oh, they've already been interrogating me. Is this like a buffet style? Do I get to walk through? Do I get to pick what I want?
Where's the dessert?
Yeah. I don't know about U of H, but when I went to college, they had an omelet bar every morning.
Well, I never went to U of H officially, but I attended a lot of the classes with my life, and I will vouch for the food. It is amazing. Yeah.
You'll grow up after you get done with college and never be able to eat like that ever again.
Yes. And your metabolisms are great right now. So there's that. So yeah, take advantage of it.
Eat as much as you can.
Yeah. So what these kids are doing is raising funds so they can go to this camp. I believe it's about almost $3,000 per kid, and they need about $9,000 between all of them, so that way they can go represent San Leon Elementary School at this summer camp where they're going to be staying and working and learning and preparing for the future. It's going to be a good time.
Kids from across the country going to this camp.
They come just from anywhere.
For this camp. Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's cool.
So they're excited.
So if you want to get involved, if you want to get involved by sharing this video to spread some awareness, maybe you don't have the funds or you can't make it to one of the events. There is an event tonight, by the way.
Yes, it's at Altitude Trampoline Park in Texas City. What time does that start, guys?
5 o'clock to 9 o'clock.
4 hours of jumping on the trampoline. And how can people, like, what is it? Like, what's it cost? What do you have to do in order to be there?
It is $15 per jumper for 2 hours.
Boom. So if you want to jump all 4 hours, you just be like $30 and you're good.
And if you don't have socks, they're $2.
$2 for the altitude socks. You have some.
I have some.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if they're clean.
If you're going to come out tonight to Altitude, whenever you go to check out, just mention the STEMtastic crew as you're checking out, so we make sure that we get part of those proceeds.
Okay.
You don't have to have the flyer, you just have to mention our group. And we will be out there to remind you very loudly.
Yeah, just like someone out in front just hiding, be like, just say STEMtastic crew when you walk
I'm
in.
sure these kids will have a poster and jumping around, and they're very energetic. And
Yeah.
loud, so.
If you own a business and you want to get involved, maybe you want to sponsor, you have an idea for a fundraiser, or you just want to be a part of something good, this is an opportunity for you. You can reach out to us. We'll get you in contact with them, or you can reach them on their social media, STEMtastic crew.
You know, I noticed earlier in the week, I was looking back at some of the old school that I taught at in Vermont, and one of the things that I founded when we were there, it was called Nerdapalooza. And
I'm offended. Keep going.
Okay. Where you want? It's an all-day gaming experience where you pay like $5-10, and you get to go around and play video games all day. It's 8 hours long. It's an all-day thing, and you know we would make. I think every year we made about $1,000 or something like that. But you play video games all day, and then you have pizza and prizes and stuff, and it was a lot of fun.
That sounds like
So we just had a question. This is from Chef Mary Bass. She said, how much more do they need to raise? And I believe it was about $9,000 more for everybody, right?
Yeah, so we have 9 kids attending. We've raised part of the funds. We have about $9,500 more to go to get everyone funded. And I do want to add that every family has already put forth a $500 deposit.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not just asking for handouts. The families have put in, and then the kids are working so hard for this. They want it so bad, and they're giving up every Saturday and Sunday that they have from now until our funds are due.
I think the fact that they're out there working, giving up time where they could be playing video games, iPads outside with friends, playing cell phones, anything that they could be doing to be able to go and sell lemonade, to be fundraising at these different events. That's a big deal.
Right. And that was one of the things that through this, we wanted to make sure that it was a learning experience for them, that you're not going to just receive a handout. You've got to work for it.
Mm-hmm.
And they have really stepped it up.
Okay, wow. So yeah, if you want to get involved, maybe you want to help spread some awareness, that would be huge. There's actually a GoFundMe as well. We had shared the link earlier. We're going to be sharing that out later as a separate post from our KHEA Radio Facebook page. If you want to just donate, maybe you can't make it to the event tonight at Altitude, 5 to 9 p.m., or you can't make it this weekend to Bayshore Grill, where you'll be able to meet some of the kids and purchase some lemonade for Lemonade Day. Also, the Kroger in Dickinson, you'll be able to go and purchase some lemonade and support some of these kids that are doing some really cool stuff.
So we'll be at the Kroger in Dickinson from 10 to 2.
It's actually the one in Lake City.
Oh.
off of 96.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, the one in Lake City on South Shore. Well, we're kind of just splitting
10 to 2?
forces from 10 to 2,
10 to
right?
2 there.
And then Bayshore, they will be there starting at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
So, and then next Tuesday, May 7th, we will also have a Bayshore Spirit Night where the kids will be there and helping serve and that sort of thing.
So next Tuesday?
Hmm. And that's from 5. I think that one's from 5 to 9 as well.
Okay. Spirit Nights are cool. And I don't know where the name came from. Look, but I started seeing them pop up, a couple years ago called as a Spirit Night. And what that is a local establishment will say, hey, anybody who comes in during this time, we're going to give money back to this awesome cause.
Right.
And for Bayshore Grill to do that, I mean, that's pretty cool, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Frances has been a huge support to this group of kids. She really wants to see them succeed.
Okay. Again, so yeah, if you own a business and you want to have a Spirit Night, you want to get involved with the kids right here at San Leon Elementary School, feel free to let us know. It's 9:44. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. It's Kickstart. We're going to be on till 11. We have some local kids from the San Leon Elementary School talking about everything that's going on this summer. Can we talk a little bit more? Specifically, we'll start with the fashion designer. What is it about fashion that makes you want to get into that industry?
Because it it can make me express myself.
Okay.
How I feel.
So do you like art? Is that the kind of stuff that you like? Okay. And when did that start for you? Do you remember?
No, not really.
Last year.
Mm-hmm.
She got she has a book that has like different style shirts and skirts and shorts, and she just sits and colors them different designs, and she's content for hours.
Okay. Do you have a style? Yeah, like what if you could like categorize it and be like, yeah, this is me right now. This is what I'm into. Like, what kind of fashion stuff are you into right now? Even like accessories, or is there something that?
Probably like jewelry.
Jewelry? Yeah, everybody likes jewelry. Curt, you like jewelry?
Yeah.
See? And you want to be an airplane pilot, right? What is it about being an airplane pilot that kind of draws you towards that?
I like working with technology because it came easy to me.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I first started kindergarten, my awesome computer teacher, Miss Jennifer Reese, and it was awesome.
Yeah. And so now you know, like, hey, if you could be a pilot, that'd be awesome. Just like flying through the clouds. You know, you could even like take people around. You can get places quicker. There's a lot of stuff that goes into, I guess, being an airplane pilot. Have you had the opportunity to fly an airplane?
I did when I was like 3 months old.
That counts.
He remembers it.
Well, that counts. You know, and you want to be, you said, a mechanical engineer. Is that right?
So
What is it about being a mechanical engineer that makes you drawn towards that?
I just love building. I bug Ho every day about this big Lego set,
Mm-hmm.
and she says, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
But this time,
There's so much going on between baseball and fundraising and
Yeah.
schoolwork.
This summer, it'll happen. This
It'll
summer.
happen.
They still ask me every day to take apart their robots that they built for robotics out of Legos and rebuild them.
This one wants
No,
to
we
drive it off the table.
table.
We don't have time for all that. That's how they want to get it apart. They don't want to take it apart piece by piece.
I'm the driver, and I just love driving the robot places.
Yeah.
He's really good at it.
We were practicing once, and he was just like spinning around in the chair, and we were practicing. He almost wrecked the robot.
Uh-oh.
He drove it off one of the.
The day before
Platforms.
competition hall.
Oh, so y'all got to do it again, which is probably fun. No?
Stressed me out.
Yeah, so if you want to get involved, let us know. We're talking to some local San Leon kids. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. Kickstart's going to be on till 11. We have about 10 minutes left. So we're going to be just reminding people how they can go to Altitude and then just be involved with the camp this summer. Does U of H do camps like this, like often for STEM or other programs as well?
The company that's actually putting on the camp is Envision. They are out of New Jersey, and then so U of H is housing the camp for them. But I think that there are other camps that U of H puts on.
Okay, that's cool, and it's a great school. You know, we're very fortunate to be in an area where there's a little bit of everything. If you want to go to the beach, there's a couple of options. You know,
Right.
Some of the best restaurants that I know of are in San Leon.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, we're close to big cities like Houston, you know, and then we have like country areas. So there's really a lot of opportunities for us as members of, you know, the county and the surrounding area to just kind of get into whatever you want. So, you know, for fashion design, I saw Mary Bass. She had said, hey, you should have Jennifer show her the ropes, which my wife, Jennifer, she designs jewelry, and so we have some stuff that we do, and it's a blast. It's a journey, and she went to college for English and minored in art history, and then she ended up getting her master's degree like in art and found, hey, I like to do jewelry, and so that's kind of, you know, part of what she does. So there's great opportunities here locally to go to school if that's what y'all, you know, want to do and need to do. So
I'm kind of disappointed none of them wanted to be radio hosts.
maybe after today.
I don't know why, because they talk all day long. So they would be perfect at it.
Oh, man, they could have like a little show, like a kid's show. Talk about everything that's going on. Can you imagine that?
If y'all had a radio show, what would the topics be? Do y'all have any idea?
They actually had this conversation in the car on the way here.
I mentioned trying to become one
Yeah.
before
Oh.
I became a pilot.
Cool. Well, there's still options. You could be a pilot and still do some radio stuff as well.
just broadcast from the airplane. It's fine. You can multitask.
I want to be an engineer and a baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
So my part-time job is going to be mechanical engineering.
Part-time.
I like it. So as you're studying, to learn about engineering, mechanical engineering, then you can also, play baseball. And school is a great way. You can do both.
I had a science teacher tell me, he was also the ladies softball coach at the high school, and he said, man, the easiest way to get a scholarship to college is to just play baseball, because everybody's looking for baseball players. So keep it up, man.
He wants to play baseball at college, and she wants to play softball at college. So
that's awesome. Curt, why didn't you keep with it?
I didn't like getting hit by the ball.
Hey, the ball.
You're supposed to catch it. So
Same
it
here.
I hate it. I stopped at fast pitch when they started aiming for you and trying to hit you. I was just like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm good. I also didn't like. I don't know if for you guys, the metal bats, when you hit that ball and it just rings.
If you hit it
Yeah,
wrong,
it just rings.
There's a certain part that whenever you hit it there, it'll like vibrate your hand.
Yeah.
I hate that feeling.
You hit it on the tip or where the bat starts shrinking.
Yeah.
You need to hit it at the barrel.
Yeah. There's a sweet spot, and then you can crack it and go. Yeah. I quit in 10th grade because there was a practice that we had, and the coach kept having this dude like throw these like sliders or curveballs, and it looked like he was gonna hit me every time. And I was like, nah, I'm done, guys. Like, because it was just coming at me, and he was throwing hard, and it was just like it would curve in. I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna curve or not.
There's nothing about a 90-mile-per-hour ball coming right
Not
at
for me.
that makes me want to do it. I'd rather play football where it's a 200-pound guy coming after me.
And then then our coach had this thing. He was like, hit or get hit, get hit or get hit. I'm like, no, I don't think I'm gonna get hit. I would rather get a hit, but not get hit.
We do have a question here on the Facebook page. This is from Roxanne. Ooh, I love that name, Roxanne. What are you most looking forward to about camp?
I'm looking forward to the CSI day.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that's what I want to do with the CSI day.
I'm looking forward for the engineering day. I want to see if we can build some robots.
All right. Is it bad? The first thing I thought of whenever you said, what are you most looking forward to? I was thinking like the lunch. The food. I was like, yeah, the college, whatever cafeteria.
Can you imagine how many taco pictures we could have? Buffets. I don't know. Do you guys like buffets?
Yes.
Buffet is where it's at. We went on this cruise. We're actually giving away a cruise on our radio station. So it's our featured video on our page. If you like, share, and comment, you can go on a cruise.
I'm sure y'all don't have Facebook, but just so you know.
Yes.
I'll do it for them.
Okay, there you go.
And then I'll go on the cruise and leave them at home.
We went and had the buffet.
She has to take me with.
We went and had the buffet, and oh my gosh, I would go on the cruise just to eat the food. Hands down. And it's all paid for, so you can sit there literally all day long and eat all day.
Yeah, they had like a dessert section. So college is kind of the same way. There's different options, but yeah, they probably have like a dessert section or like ice cream and like all kinds of stuff.
Probably all the like no veggies, no meat, straight dessert.
For lunch, dessert.
Moms aren't there to tell them otherwise.
That's the good part.
So how many people are y'all taking? Like, is it just teachers and volunteers and support staff that are going to be helping watch over them?
So no, we go on the Sunday night. We go and we drop them off. And we're all going to be there to drop them off, but then we drop them off and leave. There is no stay.
Really?
Hands
There's
in
no
the air,
support.
you're like,
There's nothing.
She's going to be at bingo.
Called out. Fair enough, yeah.
It's true.
Here's another question. How do you feel this camp will help you with the STEM program at the school?
By doing hands-on activities and helping us get ready for the STEM and Dickinson ISD.
That's awesome.
Is there a big program
Yes.
there?
What about I guess at Bayshore Middle School? Because y'all are going to be
Barber
moving up to Barber to 5th grade, and then do you think that learning at this camp is going to prepare y'all for moving up to the next levels?
Yes.
Wait, 5th grade is middle school?
5th and 6th grade is middle school.
Has it been that way for a while?
In Dickinson, yeah. And
Okay.
different districts are different. The elementary school goes through 5th grade, but in Dickinson it only goes through 4th, and then they move on.
Yeah. So y'all kind of get like a little bit of an advantage from the kids who don't go, I'm going to assume. And then y'all are going to be competing in these representing Barber and against other kids. So that's a huge opportunity.
I also want to mention through the camp, they learn problem-solving skills and leadership skills. But also, once they go, now that they've been nominated and they are enrolled and are going, they have the opportunity to go every summer from here on out.
Okay,
it's the
wow.
Alumni Association, so they don't ever have to be nominated again.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
That's awesome.
So let's see. We got a couple minutes left. Let's remind the people one more time. Kurt, what's going on tonight?
Tonight, Altitude Trampoline Park, 5 to 9. They're going to be there. Not all the proceeds, but proceeds will go benefiting these kids. So if you go to Altitude tonight, you can actually help these kids get to their goal of being able to go to STEM camp at the University of Houston.
Just mention our group when you check out so we can make sure that we can get credit for that.
Okay, yeah, so make sure you let them know. But that's tonight, 5 to 9. You can get 2 hours. I believe it's $15. If you want to jump the full 4 hours, that's cool too. It's a great opportunity for the family to go have some fun, take the kids, let them burn off some energy so that way they'll sleep nice like a baby tonight. And I may just like release my Kurt in there. Just like open the door and push him in and be like, here's the money, take him. Turn off the cell phone. Don't call me, And then on Saturday, there's 2 places where you can go support these kids at a Lemonade Day. One is at the 96 Kroger in League City, and that's 10 to 2?
At South Shore Harbor.
Yeah, by South Shore, right off South Shore and 96. There's a Kroger right there. And then the other one is at Bayshore Grill. And what time is that going to be at?
They'll be there about 2 o'clock, and then they probably leave about 5 or 6.
Okay. And is the lemonade going to be delicious? Are y'all making it?
She's our lemonade maker.
Yes.
So.
Okay, good.
What's the secret ingredients?
Country time.
Hey, that's what I like.
Lots of sugar.
Lots of sugar, ice cold water, and a little bit of love.
Yes.
And you're good to go. Whenever it's for a good cause, it's an easy decision to make.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate y'all taking the time to come in. Is there anything else y'all would like to share? Anybody?
They're probably really sad because they have to go back to class.
They're like, make this interview go longer. But y'all
Kurt
can't.
has been challenged to an altitude dodgeball game.
It's on. What time is that?
It's been laid down. The challenge has been
I
laid.
threw a
6 o'clock.
47-mile-an-hour fastball.
I'm
Ooh.
a pitcher too in softball.
Just saying.
And he quit baseball because the ball was too fast. So
I
there's
see the fear in his eyes, y'all. The fear is there.
And I used to do cheerleading.
She may be doing like some backflips and kicks and throwing
My
the ball.
back just like threw out. I'm so sorry.
So then you're gonna forfeit, and then we'll win.
Exactly.
You
Is
have
that
to jump in the foam pit before, so you have an excuse.
come I can't
These
see
kids
this?
are smart. This is why they're going to the STEM camp.
yes? So thank you again.
Thank you for having us on.
And if you want to support them, we're going to be sharing out some more information on our Facebook page. You can get involved. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. It's Kickstart. Stay tuned. We're going to be talking about this car show that's taking place, the Show Off Car Show. KHEA Radio 99.5 FM.
Awesome.
Boom. Thank you, guys. Y'all are awesome.
Thank you very
Can we take a selfie real quick or something? What's the best way to do this? I was going to maybe see if we could just do this.
Oh, you want to sit down in our spots?
Well, yeah. Kurt, you want to jump over there?
Yep.
Hey, Facebook, just hang out with us for a second as we take this selfie, and we're going to post this later on our social media. All right.
I did get one. I want to do one more.
Did you get me with that's like my phone blocking my face? All right. So, yeah, feel free to share this video out and let us know how you want to get involved with this. Okay, I'm going to stop talking.
Got it. That's perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, share the video. If you want to get involved, you can help some kids live out some really cool stuff this summer. So, hey, we appreciate y'all.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank y'all so
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. We'll see you tonight, right?
Yes.
The Show Off Car Show taking place in June is what we're going to be talking about next. But, yeah, I can't stress enough. If you feel any...
Why is there big trucks and they're coming in trucks? What?
I can't stress enough that if you have any desire to get involved, I highly encourage you to get involved and help these kids. This is going to be something they remember for the rest of their lives. This is a big deal. I remember going to, like summer camps, either like church camps and stuff like that, all the time. And I was very fortunate. My parents would just, they could pay it out of pocket or, there was probably some fundraising as well. But this camp, I think they said it cost about $2,500 per kid. So there's 9 that are going. They've been working hard so far, and this is an educational experience. It's going to help motivate them in their future. It's going to give them big dreams. They're going to stay at the University of Houston, dorms. As a 9-year-old, 9 and 10 years old, they're going to be staying at the dorm. Think about what that's going to do for these kids in the future. Help get their minds going and be like, wow, this is what college is like. I can go to college, or maybe they'll find out some other dreams that they want to do in the STEM courses, as they're going to be studying like CSI, some engineering. They're also going to be doing all kinds of other stuff. So it's going to be a fun time, and they're also going to be able to learn and just kind of like live out a little dream. So how's it going, guys?
How you doing?
Y'all doing good?
Yes, sir.
My name is Gardy.
Kyle.
Kyle. John. Nice to meet you. Kyle and John. Nice to meet you guys. All right. So we're going to be talking about, I believe it's the show. Is it the Show Off Car Show?
Yes, that's right.
I like that name. The Show Off Car Show. Because if you think about a car show, you're bringing your car, and it's pretty much to show off. That's like the whole thing is about, right?
That's it.
Who has the best car? Hey, look, check out what my car can do. And you just put it in the name, like, hey, you got to bring your A game, right?
Yeah, that's it. You have to. There's a lot of competition out there.
And Curt had mentioned like the monster trucks. Now I'm looking at the dropped low. Like, is that considered like a lowrider, right? Or not quite?
Kind of.
The lowrider community is, when you think lowrider, it's more 13-inch Daytons,
Okay.
Scopes, 5 different colors. The bag trucks is more big wheels, more modern, little modern touch to it.
Boom. Well, it's looking good. Curt, if you were to drive one, I think, which one would it be like? Would you drive like the jacked up truck, or would you be driving one of the ones down low to the ground?
Listen. My car, the Jeep Compass.
Yes.
2010.
2010.
500,000 miles probably.
More than that. 140,000 miles. It's the only car that I want to drive.
But you don't want one for the weekend, or just to go show it? I mean, I guess you can show off your car as it is.
Listen, I'm looking at these cars, and yes, they look awesome. But none of them have been featured on a KHEA radio video like
Not
the
yet.
2010 Jeep Compass.
Not yet. You would probably get mad if we went in and featured another car, huh?
The Jeep Compass, the SUV, right?
Yes.
I've got a buddy of mine. His wife has one.
Oh, the red one?
Is that it? Is that a Compass?
Oh, this is a... If it is, it might be a newer one. That looks sick. Dude!
They could cut anything in half and make it, yeah.
So they literally cut these cars to lower them?
Yes. The frame, especially like that one, they basically build a whole new frame, whole new chassis, throw it on the ground, and, of course, the airbags will lift it up so you can drive,
Yeah.
get over speed bumps. Everybody says you can't get over speed bumps.
Can you use that as a everyday driver?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if it's built right, you can.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. We've seen people, hey, I got a car, and it's my daily driver, and then this is my weekend car. I'm taking it to the car show.
Yes.
Right? But I guess if it's built right, then you could potentially use anything as everyday driver, right?
That's true. It just depends on what mindset you have, and I guess how much money you have tied up into it.
It can get expensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it can get expensive.
He's in the process of wrapping one up right now for a show that we're going to this weekend in Alabama. So, yeah.
So, yeah.
Want to move his mic a little bit?
Yeah, I was going to get Curt just to reposition it up. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Boom. Right now, that's the center console is being done and the audio on the truck. That's the inside.
So what kind of car is this?
This is a Silverado. It's a 2008 Silverado crew cab.
Wow. And so you had that's not stock.
No.
They don't do that, right?
No, I had the whole interior ripped out, and they started all over, and they just got through. I just brought it to an audio guy who built that center console right there, and he's actually installing the door speakers and the subwoofer.
Mm-hmm.
That's legit.
That's awesome.
It's insane how far you could take any kind of build.
So it can get expensive. Like, what kind of costs are we talking about? Like, what can go in? Someone can potentially put into their car.
I would say most guys start off thinking they can go 15, 20 grand in a build, and they eventually see themselves.
That's the truth. Yeah. You can show them over here. They'll be able to see.
And then they eventually see themselves going 30, 40, 50. It doesn't stop.
Dang, look at those rims. Those are gold rims.
They're copper.
Yeah.
And I guess like if people, you can put something into it, and it has to be a passion because you may never get it out of.
Oh yeah,
out of there.
You're exactly right. You don't build this in order to make money. Like you're saying, it's a passion. It's just something that you love to do, and I don't know. You just enjoy the process, as painful as it may be sometimes.
Do y'all ever get to do any of the work yourself?
The little stuff, like smaller stuff, yeah. But when it comes to custom fabrication and metal work, I myself do glass for a living, so I leave the welding to the welders. And I'd rather pay somebody that's knows exactly what they're doing.
Especially if you have your kid in the back seat.
Exactly. Yeah. When I got my kid back there, I definitely want to put my trust in somebody.
What kind of stuff do you do with glass?
I do commercial glass. I do residential. I do shower doors, mirrors, pretty much everything glass related.
Do you do foggy radio windows?
For sure. Yes, we do those.
He was looking at those.
What happened with that is we had somebody who did not do glass for a living come and do glass. So it's 2 panes, right? And I'm sure you know. So we installed it ourselves. Just got it
Sounds
cut.
like a great rap name.
We installed it ourselves. That's the name of our business. But it's 1 and 2, and it's like that. But it wasn't sealed properly, so it's clean. You know, the outside may be clean on both sides, but what happened on the inside? You know, air stuff got in, and so now it just looks eternally dirty.
Yeah, you let me know whenever you're ready. We'll do a true double pane. That's 2 pieces of glass made into one.
Yeah.
And I'll get you one that's sealed up airtight where you don't have to worry about any fog.
Praise God.
So we want to. Yeah. How much does something like that run usually? I don't know what size it is or dimension.
That's probably like a 40 by 76. It's a double pane.
I'm about to pass out.
It probably end up being, I don't know, 375, 400, and then
That's not
plus
bad.
the cost of the labor, which is maybe 125 or something.
Okay. That's not bad.
I'm going to go get the checkbook.
Kurt, give me your wallet. Do you take cards?
Hey, I take any form of payment, yes.
You take Bitcoin.
Cash
Kurt, give me your Bitcoin.
Cash is king, but I'll take checks.
What's your company name again?
It's Johnson Glass and Mirror.
There you go.
Johnson Glass and Mirror. Okay, cool.
He knows radio. He's got this. Kyle.
Promoting.
So, Kyle, this is the 4th annual show off. Why is it called the show off?
Basically, that's what some of these guys want to do. I mean, it's half of us. It's just your basic daily vehicle. You get to work and back, drive the family around. You have a vehicle in the garage waiting for the weekend or waiting for those shows, and that's essentially what you do. Show off. So
I just saw Mark Kovach got on here, and he's a big Mustang guy. So I feel like he has multiple Mustangs, and he likes to keep them in the garage, and then on the weekend he'll drive them, or he's out of town working, and then he's like, hey, I'm back in town. I'm finally get to drive my car. So that's kind of what it's about, right?
Yeah. Didn't he have a post last night, something about like cars as well? I said hashtag same.
Yeah, what did it say? It was pretty funny. I can't remember.
Man, I got to go find it.
Yeah. But if there's any kind of cars that y'all are like into, is it trucks or like the Silverado?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a little bit of everything, but me personally, I mean, I like full-size trucks. It started out with minis and stuff, and of course there's such a plethora of different vehicles. But I myself, I like full-size trucks.
Okay. Is there something for you that you're drawn towards?
both. I like the mini trucks and the full-size trucks.
Okay.
Of course, mini trucks that don't really make them anymore. Like the little Nissan trucks, Toyota Tacoma, I think they still make that.
They just
Frontier,
brought the Ford
but-
Ranger back, but it's like
Yeah.
bigger, or at least it
Yeah.
looks bigger.
Right?
Yeah.
That's where they're going to mid-size. So it's like, full-size, there's just put 4 friends in there, coolers,
Yeah.
tents in the back, fishing poles, whatever. It's just so much more room. And but mini trucks is kind of where I started getting the passion for it, and then built one with friends of mine, and it just took off from there. Yeah.
Yeah, for work, I used to have a little Ford Ranger, and it was like no seats in the back. It's just like the one. But man, I love that truck because you could get anywhere you wanted to go, put all the stuff in the back, and it was just something about it.
Yeah.
So after it got so many miles, the work where I was at, they were trying to give me a new truck, and I was like, can I buy this truck? Because I would love to have it. But then they had stopped doing that to the employees after some stuff that happened. I was like, somebody ruined it.
Exactly.
Somebody ruined it for everybody because, man, that truck was a beast.
Exactly. When they're
Yeah.
reliable like that, yeah, it's something you're attracted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
And then they
sure.
gave me a new Ford Ranger, like the exact same truck, but like brand new, which was nice too.
And it probably broke after a while. The other
Not
one's
as
still
good as the
working.
one.
Exactly.
Man. So yeah. Hey, let us know. Are you going to be checking out the Show Off Car Show? When is it and where is it at?
It's June 8th and 9th. We'll be moving in on the 7th, that Friday. Galveston County Fairgrounds, right down the road. All outdoor. There's some shaded covered areas, but that's more for, I guess, the games, activities. We're going to have kids stuff to do, vendors, food trucks, you name it. So Saturday, 9 o'clock, gates open. We'll probably close around 5 or 6.
Mhm.
And then Sunday, 10 o'clock in the morning. and then awards about 3 or 4, and sweep it out and wait for next year again.
Awesome. So we got about 50 seconds, and then we're going to make a switch, go on the FM. What kind of awards are there? So there's different categories?
Mostly it's a combined score. So you pull your truck in, we have judges that check it out, get on the scorecard, and it's top 75 of the accumulated score, and then we have best ofs.
Okay.
From interior, motor work, audio, paint,
Cool.
everything. There's about 20 different ones, so yeah.
All right. I'd been, and I don't think I had told you this, but playing around with the idea of doing something to my rims because I saw we have a friend here. So one of our coworkers, Angie High, her husband Juan High, he works in like body, and so I've seen some stuff that they put on some rims, and it was like this. It changes colors, and I was like, man, I would love to have that done in my car. But here we go. Kurt's face at me. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And we're going to be talking about the Show Off Custom Truck and Car Show. It's taking place June 8th and 9th right there at the fairgrounds in Hitchcock. So this event, it's not new. It's been going on for a couple years now. How long has this event been going on?
4 years.
4 years.
This is our 4th year, yeah.
And has it just been getting a little bit bigger every year?
Yes. Yeah, sure has.
Okay, and whenever somebody shows up, maybe they've never been to, one of the show-off car show, or they've never been to one at all, what can they expect whenever they get there?
Trucks. Massive amount of trucks. From on the ground, 10 feet in the air, any shape, size, form, mostly trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that? Do more people like customize trucks than cars generally, or is it?
Because we're in Texas.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That does make sense. So everybody wants to,
It's
drive
all
a
about
truck.
either super big, humongous wheels, tires, to as low as you can get it on the ground.
And nobody's in the middle. Most part.
If you're in the middle, you're average. And, we're not looking at that.
High and low.
My dad loved making. Does a Camino count as a truck?
I love El Caminos. That's a half and half, but yeah, it's got a bed, so I'd say pretty much.
I would say, yeah.
Hybrid.
Yes. So my dad was born in 1959, and 59 was the first year of the El Camino. And so he was obsessed with El Caminos. In fact, bought like 3 old ones before he passed away. He was going to make one custom made, all the original stuff. And it was going to be cool. But, he had little toy cars, little toy trucks, everything.
He was hooked on it, huh?
Yeah, it was awesome.
You might want to try to build it for him, man. You never
That could
know.
be your next
You might
project.
get a bug. You might get over here and get a bug. You never know.
Yeah.
59 El Camino.
And what happens is you do one thing, and then you look at it and you go, man, that looks really good. But then if I do this, that'd make it look twice as better. And it never stops.
It never stops.
It never stops.
How can I improve my Jeep Compass?
Fixing the compressor.
I'm gonna recommend keeping it stock because there's no headache stock, and if you go to A and B, in my opinion, stock's the way to do it. I leave the show truck for the show.
At least do wheels.
That's
I don't,
I mean,
that's the
no,
first thing
wheels is
people
cool. I'm
see.
just talking about when it comes to cutting and hacking up. If you want to get in every day and turn on the key and have no issues, stock is the way to go.
Or lifted. A lot of guys.
And that's coming from
get the
somebody-
reliability from lifted.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Lifted's good too. You just got to have a whole bunch of bank for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the difference between lifted and banked?
Well, no, I just mean you got to have a lot of money for the lifted. Because when it comes to lifted, now if you get a 40-inch tire, which is a 40-inch tall tire, I mean that one tire could be $700, $800, $1,000
Per tire.
per tire.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I mean. Plus, you got to fill it with the rim, and when it comes to rims for a lifted truck nowadays, it could be $7,000, could be $5,000
For all 4?
Yeah, it could
Okay.
be $10,000
Crazy.
depending on what your taste is. But I mean, there's a big variety out there.
That's what I've seen whenever people sell a truck. It's like I'm keeping my tires and I'm keeping my rims, and then you can have the stock or put whatever you want to on there because then they can put it on something else, right?
Right on the next
Unless
one.
you find the right buyer that wants it.
Yeah.
And they're
The way
willing
you
to
have
pay because I feel like rims and tires, a lot of the times, that goes taste. Like it's depending on who is the owner, it's their taste. So somebody else said, I'm not going to pay, $14,000 for all those tires because if I was going to spend $14,000, I would have bought those. And so then they can do that.
Yep, that's true, man. But like you're saying, you find the right buyer and you're set, man.
Mm-hmm.
You see, like he has copper color wheels. Some people like silver. Some like chrome. Some like polished aluminum. Some like black wheels. I mean,
Yeah.
like you said, everybody has their own taste. So yeah.
That's the great thing about it, though, is you're building something unique to your personal taste. So to me, that's what it's all about, being unique. It's like a extension of your I guess, of your personality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
For
what
you
I like about it.
and your truck, do you ever take it out, or is it mainly just car shows?
Oh no, I drive mine. I'm not the type to put money into it and just look at it. I have to drive mine. I don't drive it. It's not a daily. I have a daily, but when it comes to the weekends, if the sun's out, I'm in that truck for
That's
sure.
cool.
Yeah.
What does it look like? Can you
Show them
tell?
that picture one
Yeah,
more time.
it's a black Silverado. It's got copper wheels on it. Let's see.
When did you get into cars? Like, was that at an early age or something more recent?
Middle school, high school. Magazines at the grocery store with my mom, I would see them and pick it up and grab a mini trucking magazine and flip through it and think, this is crazy.
Yeah.
As a kid, I would see lowrider magazines. It was more, I guess mainstream, but mini trucking kind of just took off, and I started seeing the street truck magazine as trucking, and everything was just more trucks, And
Yeah.
I'd go to a local car show around the corner, and it caught me there. Then I
Yeah.
had to build one. I had to have something.
What was your first car?
Horrible.
It's okay.
It was a hatchback. It was a Mercury
Yeah.
Tracer, but I tried to total it. Never happened. So then I got a Honda Civic. But
got you around. Right?
That was
Yeah,
the time
yeah.
Gotta get that gap insurance.
Hey,
Yeah.
that was the time the Fast and Furious came out.
it was right before that, and then that ruined it. But yeah, it was the imports. A lot of guys start with imports or anything, and then you kind of just find what some guys eventually go from an import to a truck to maybe a muscle car, a Mustang or something, and then eventually most of us end up falling into the classic car category.
The old man category.
Yeah, the old man category maybe. I
Which
don't
is
know.
still a beautiful thing. I like classic cars.
Yeah.
Or classic trucks.
When did you get into cars?
My father used to race drag boats, and he had a crazy drag boat he used to put in the Autorama. So that was like my first taste of customizing stuff, and I've just been around it my whole life. So,
Yeah.
And like he's saying, I had the trucking magazine when I was young, and when you look at that, it's like, man, can I ever have that?
Yeah.
Is that obtainable?
Are those custom trucks?
Yeah.
In those magazines?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty much like what you're seeing and what'll be at the show.
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah, it's.
What was your first vehicle? How were you getting around?
It was a 1995 Chevy Silverado extended cab.
Well, you just had it made then, huh? You were good to
it was,
go.
good.
it was a hand-me-down. I mean, it was. It's funny at that time. It was on 15-inch wheels by 10s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course, I'm 34 years old, so
Yeah.
it's a few years
It's
ago.
a little better than a Mercury Tracer hatchback. So,
Yeah.
hey. Yeah.
Hey, I loved it. I got to point A to point B, and my
Yeah.
parents didn't have to take me, so that's all that mattered to me.
But no kidding. In high school, that was my first vehicle. I did put hubcaps on it, stereo system, neon lights in it. I had to do all that.
Just a little bit of customization.
Just a little bit, just to
Make it yours.
Yeah, of course.
I do have
Yeah.
to say this: my first system was 210 sitting on top of my back seat in the extended cab.
Oh, just
I
in
didn't
a
even have
box?
a real speaker box.
Yeah, that's it. You're in high school, you
I'm
know.
16 years old, man.
Your budget is a whole lot different. So.
My first vehicle was an #84 Jeep Grand Cherokee. So I'm 33. So it's about, I got it, like 01, 02 or something, like a
Yeah.
sophomore in high school. It didn't have AC. It actually didn't have speakers, but it had like so I put a stereo in that my buddy gave me or I bought or something. I don't know where he got it in that. And then like a speaker that that another friend had, only one speaker. And so I had to wire it underneath, and I set it underneath the seat. And
Yeah.
then
You had a radio.
yeah, I was like, I got something. It had a CD player in there. Oh man, I was good to go. And then
that's it.
I ended up going to Walmart and buying a box of these little speakers. They were terrible, but it was better than, at least I had a left and a right.
Yeah.
And I put it in the back in the middle. My dad had helped me, and that's how I got around. But it's always interesting to see how a passion starts.
Exactly.
And for you guys, the passions, you pick up a magazine and it just rolls, and now you're here,
That's it. Man.
It could have jelly rolled from where you were at then. You might have said, I have 2 8-inch speakers. Let me do 2 12-inch ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 3 15-inch ones. You never know. Some
Yeah.
guys do car audio.
Yeah.
And it starts off just like where you said, the OEM stuff just doesn't really sound good. That came with the car, with the truck, so they bump it up and kind of go crazy, and it just never stops.
Yeah. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of things that you can customize. So I know we touched on this a little bit, but let's say somebody has never done anything to their car, but they want to make an upgrade. What's something easy they can do that instantly is like, oh man, kind of makes you stand out, that is something a little bit more simple?
I'd say probably first thing is just wheels and tires. That's the first thing. It just sets it apart from everything else in the parking lot at the grocery store. Wheels and tires.
Yeah.
And then window tint. That's
yeah,
like
window tint.
right off the bat, first thing.
Yeah, I
That's-
always
yeah.
notice the tint because if you can see straight into someone's car, it's just like, huh, you know? But yeah, there's like a little glaze and there's different options, you know, for tint that you can do. You working in glass.
Yes,
You know,
yeah.
what kind of options are there?
I mean, you got reflectives. You got, of course, the standard limo tint. Now in 2019, you have pretty much every color available. It's just depending on how much you want to spend on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For the car show, because I know there's like legal tint limits. And for that, like if you're just showing it off, then you can do whatever. But like how dark can you go, like legally?
35% on the driver and passenger door, and all the back ones can be as dark as you want.
So the higher the percentage, the least amount you can see in there?
That's the amount of visibility you can see through the glass.
Yeah.
So if it's 5%, there's only 5% visibility.
Through the
35%, you know, that's how much visibility you have from the existing original glass used to be. So
Yeah, you
Is
know,
tinting a big deal in Texas?
yeah, 5%
Yes.
tint so you can't see up in my window.
Man, this guy
There you
right
go,
here just
see?
scored 20
Yeah.
cool points.
Yeah, because I've never, growing up, I've never, like in Nebraska, that's not a thing.
well, dude, it's like 108 here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Over here, it'll cook your arm to where your driver or your left arm will be red and your right arm won't be in the summertime because it's so hot.
it's-
Oh, that's why I'm in my Ranger. Yeah, we're driving down. Like,
Gotta
Right.
switch your arms and
you get some sun. Yeah.
And,
I don't
you know,
even have. I
You
even
don't have any tint on your window. That's something you
no.
could do that
You need to
instantly
do that
would.
for yourself because that will in the summertime you'll appreciate that.
Well, think about all the gear that you keep in there. You accidentally leave. If people can't see in your, like, if someone walks by and they're like, "Hey, that guy has camera gear. That guy has something else." If you put something on there, it instantly makes it less noticeable. And it's not that expensive to do tint, right?
No, tin is very
Yeah,
cheap.
Gardy.
Average $120 for all your windows.
I've told you before, I leave my car unlocked.
For a reason. Purposely don't break the window.
Yes.
yes.
I don't keep anything in my car. If they want it, they can have it.
Free
You
for
can
all.
maybe go to like Five Below with a little shade and just pull it down.
Pull that down.
Or privacy shade.
Blinds, like you turn it.
Yeah.
Man, I've seen some interesting things, like even on Facebook. Social media is a crazy place, right? Where someone's like, "Hey, I don't have AC," so they install like a window unit.
Yes.
Hey,
Those are hilarious,
If it
man.
works, it works. I guess, you know, it depends on what you're trying to get out your car.
If you don't
Right.
mind, if your date don't mind getting picked up with an AC unit sticking out the back window, I guess it's okay.
Yeah. You know,
It works.
us being from Houston, there is like a culture of cars, you know, like candy paint, you know,
Sure.
the certain kind of rims.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the swangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is any of that going to be at the show off car show?
You know, we cater to the trucks mostly, and of course, you know, some cars too, of course. But it seems like every year something will just roll through.
There
and
will be a few of them.
Yeah.
It may be not a whole bunch, but there will be a few of them because you know they want to show their cars too. It may
Yeah.
be close to where they're at, and they have a nice vehicle, and they're taking out. Which, like you said, we welcome everybody. We appreciate everybody that's going to come out and everybody's style and stuff like that because it's all the same thing no matter what style you are.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just like the car. Like, I feel like it's not different culture, but like car culture. And then there's different facets, just like a music, you know, there's music and then the genres and all that stuff. But you got to appreciate it. You know, it's furthering the cause
That's right.
of, you know, like customization in cars and just like bringing it into the spotlight. So right now it's 10:22. This is KHEA.com, 99.5 FM. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. We're streaming live on social media. If you want to attend the Show Off Car Show, you can do that as well. Can y'all let us know when is it again and how can somebody find information or get tickets?
June 8th and 9th. Go to showoffcarshow.com. There'll be a button on top. You can get all the information you need, and also right there, front row and center, you can click a button right there to say get tickets.
And your Facebook page.
And Facebook at Show Off Car Show and Instagram. Show Off Car
Instagram,
Show.
you got like 7,000.
I wish I had more. This guy just alone triples that. But I'm trying to get there naturally. I don't want to buy any likes or anything. Some guys.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah,
It's just-
yeah.
All social media is networking.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
So your personal one, do you show a lot of your vehicle
Yeah,
off?
and that's pretty much why I have followers. It's because of my truck. I just post a lot of pictures of my truck.
What is your Instagram name?
My Instagram is at John_Slice_.
John_Slice.
Wait, when I touched your phone, I was touching like gold?
All the followers.
Well, nah, that really, to me, social media, it's not like that. If I was getting paid off social media, I would feel really cool, but it's not paying me, so it's just followers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So John_Slice_.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
14,000?
He has 24.
24,000?
24,000.
Dude, is that
Okay,
you
can we-
jacked? Why are you so jacked?
Because hey, hold on, wait. Because I go to the Sanctuary Gym.
Okay, yeah, with
Jonathan
Jonathan and
Cassidy.
yeah, they're cool.
I've seen y'all at the gym.
So yeah, we went there, but like we had ate Mexican food and then went straight to the sanctuary. Mistake.
Worst decision ever.
No, not the sanctuary gym is awesome, and I would go there.
No,
often.
eating the Mexican food.
The mistake was the Mexican food.
Before.
Right.
Yeah, no. So we were supposed to be there at 3:00. We show up to Abuelo's in League City about 1:30, 1:40, and we're like, oh, that's enough time. No, it was not. It's an experience at time.
Right.
So we didn't leave, and we're like, man, it's 2:30. Like, what? Where did the time go? We got to go. We're going to Friendswood, right? Dude, we get to Friendswood, and they're like, we're doing a body analysis, and we're going to do, like, what's the workout? I thought, like, oh, we're going to lift some weights, maybe do some squats. They're like, this is what we do to everybody whenever they come through.
Yes.
Pushing the sled, doing the
Hardcore.
row.
I have never worked out since. That's how ruined I was. Like, there's no part of me that ever wanted to feel that way again. I thought I was going to throw up all over Jonathan and Cassidy at the same time. Like, the whole gym. It was going to be,
and I think they were pushing for that.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, I've done it for 2 years and 5 months, and I go 5 days a week.
Dude.
So I'm like, I must be crazy because if I don't feel like I'm gonna die afterwards, it ain't worth going.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to feel like you've done something.
Exactly.
And I guess did you have to work up to that?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I started out 2 days, and then 3 days, then 4 days, and then 5 days. It was progressively, probably over about 6 months or so.
Okay, because day one, like getting into the gym, I feel like is an accomplishment in itself, especially if you've been out
Working and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, man, I just getting here, it's like, hey, I'm here, and then you kind of ease up, and you get a feeling afterwards, like, man, I put in some work.
Exactly.
And then I guess it almost gets addicting, like it does to building cars, because you get addicted to that feeling, and then you got to push a little bit harder. I want that again, and man.
It's like modding your truck. Working out is modding your body.
Modding your body.
So you look in the mirror and you're like, man, that looks good, but if I do about whatever, then it'll look even better.
Yeah.
It doesn't work on Instagram, man. It's a funny thing. You have a picture of your truck, 5,000 likes?
I know.
Picture of your selfie?
60 likes.
60? 20?
That's because most
Picture
of
of
my
your kid?
followers are 15 to 19-year-old males.
With trucks?
Checking out the car, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I'm looking at your latest photo posted 14 hours ago, and it has the truck from 2017 to 2019, and it has like just a little mod of like a grill. Can you, like, what is that?
So, in 2017, it was a mesh grill behind the grill. And on 2019, we actually cut a billet grill to fit in there, which kind of mimics what's called like a phantom grill. It was something that's popular like in the 90s on Chevy Silverados. So it's kind of a throwback with a modern touch to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm looking at some overhead shots of the truck. Did you like get up on the roof? Did you get that photo? Are you out the window or
I
what?
wondered that.
I actually had a buddy who got a 6-foot ladder. He takes pictures. and,
Yeah.
Like I parked the truck and all of a sudden he got on this ladder. I'm like, what are you doing? He started taking pictures and he showed me one. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's a very good
drone
picture.
shot.
Yeah, we're gonna call that the drone shot. We're really just on the ladder.
Yeah. Is there a style of photography whenever it comes to cars, like the best way? Because you mentioned how your buddy does he mainly take photos of cars?
Yeah, he mainly does like car show photos. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess you just have to know like the style would pretty much just. To me, a good photographer knows angles. You know what I mean? Because you can take 100 pictures of a shot, but if you catch the right angle of everything and you get the whole overall picture, to me, that's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A picture is worth 1,000 words.
For sure.
Or 1,000 likes, depending on
Depending on how many followers you have.
Right.
How can we get your followers? Like, can you take a picture of our logo and say, hey, go give these guys a
Let me
like?
know. Hey, it's all about networking. Just
Man, I just
want
want
I'll
100.
tag y'all, whatever y'all need me to do.
I just want another 100. That's
Yeah,
all I
yeah.
want.
100.
Too
That's
much
about,
to ask.
Each tag was
We'll get
about
there
10
today.
followers, so it's about 10 tags right there.
All right, let's do it.
You ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
You have a bunch of truck guys.
We'll have a conversation between Gardy and I. You guys can go ahead and just start tagging away. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow. So that event is coming up in June. Has it always been in June?
Yes. Been going to shows forever, and March is usually a cooler time of the year, but the rain chances, of course, kind of wash out anything you have planned. So I thought June, I'd rather deal with the heat than rain.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. We have had some weather issues, but June, it's kind of that part of the year where people are out of school, families are out. It's just a better time of the year for us.
All right, we're going to take a quick break on the FM. We're going to keep it going on our Facebook stream. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. Starting an event like this, it's not easy. There's a lot that goes into planning, events, especially, on this scale, and then to keep doing it. I guess what gave y'all the idea to start to start this event? You know, like I guess going to other shows, and you're like, you know, I could probably do one, or like, how did that go?
Just going to a bunch of them and thinking, you know, let's try one out. You know, try one, put it out there. Hopefully you get 50, 60 trucks, get some feedback, try it again, try to correct your mistakes, or try to see what people want in an event. And then, you know, it's to me, it's fun. It's kind of like a reunion, you know.
Yeah.
Once a year, you see all your buddies, you see your family, you see guys that you haven't seen since your last show, you know. And it's more or less like that. You know, I love it. You know, I wouldn't change it for the world.
Is there going to be food or food vendors or food trucks or anything out there?
Yes. Yeah, there's going to be 4 or 5 food trucks, anything from barbecue, tacos, snow cones, anything. And pretty much it's, they're going to have anything you need.
What are some of the other vendors and stuff that you're going to be having there?
Clothing lines, anything related to hot rods, muscle cars, trucks, wheel and tire companies. My main sponsor, Spider Wraps, on the top. He does vehicle wraps. I don't know if you've seen that before, but it's like the big sticker that kind of goes over a vehicle.
Yeah.
And displays your company, or you could do a full color change if you want.
So on a vehicle that I had previously, I plasti dipped my rims. I didn't get like a spray or anything. I just went and bought the cans, and I wanted them black. I had a white car. I thought it looked cool, and it did to me, you know. And I only did it one time, and it stayed. You know, for like I had the car for like 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, but I've seen people plasti dip cars. Do you know what plasti dip is? It's y'all know what it is, right? Yeah, because it's like it looks like a spray paint can, but it's supposedly like plastic that sprays
like a
out,
layer, almost like
and then
kind
you
of-
can peel it off.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy. Yeah.
it it kind of reminds me of wrapping a car, but it's another little custom thing. But I've seen people that have wrapped cars not just like in graphics, but also in just like flat. I want my car flat white, flat black.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a guy Signfly, and is that the kind of things that Spider Wraps does?
Yeah, he does full wraps. You can do color changing to chrome blue if you wanted to.
Wow.
Or your full logo across the side, or a picture of your face. Whatever you want.
How long does that last?
As far as I know, they've came around the past few years with the UV coatings and all that. So it used to be a couple of years, but now it's probably 3 or 4 years, I would say, at least.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking like with the plasti dip lasting for like 2 years, and you know, washing my car and doing everything, it was fine. You know, like those wraps, I feel like they would last just as long, probably longer.
Yeah.
And it'll protect your paint, so that's a bonus for how long you have it on there.
Right. Yeah. If you buy a brand new truck and you don't want to, you know, go get a full paint job, or you know, something that's kind of irreversible, wrap it whenever you want to trade it in. You know, if you have a lease vehicle, peel it off and trade it back in.
Is that more affordable, like to wrap, or is it about the same?
Paint job can go from $5 or $6 grand to 10, 15. You never know.
Yeah.
Wrap could be anywhere from 2,500 and up. It just depends on how crazy you want to go.
You know, it just depends on how far they, you know, because you can get it wrapped and then not take off the side view mirrors and save hundreds of dollars, or else you can pay $5,000 and they take off every piece of plastic, wrap every part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool. Well, there's a lot of stuff you can do.
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
Yeah, I had asked one of these guys that maybe Spider Wraps could do this, like with Kurt's car, because we bring it up quite often, and he does too. Like the 2010, the Jeep Compass, 148,000 miles, no tint on the window, has a KHEA radio sticker on the back. It's pretty bad. It's a bad car, right?
It's the baddest car that you've ever seen in your life.
Bring it out. Just bring it to the show off car show if you can.
Yeah, bring it out there. I'll get Jack to put Spider Wraps. We'll put your face on the side, thumbs up, KHEA, whatever you want to do, man.
That's what he wants.
I do.
I want it too.
Yeah.
Or put your face on each one of your rims. That way, when you're driving, your face is just spinning around.
Is it? I wonder if it's possible to wrap his car, but to wrap it in like at least like a 2019 Jeep Compass, so it looks like that, or like even better, like a BMW. Like we wrap it and it's like, how did you do that?
That's an excellent idea.
Spider Wraps. Spider Wraps.
Yeah.
Let them know it could be $1 million idea.
I'm gonna get with Jack here this afternoon and see if we can come up with that.
Yeah, he has
I need
a Tesla. I don't know. Like, what else would you wrap? If you could wrap your car in anything and it turns into a different car, like an F-250.
2010 Jeep Compass.
You get a wrap and it's I gotta protect my paint. You know, this is what it looks like. You wrap it the exact same, every blemish, every
dent. You know the best part about the Jeep Compass, right? The 2010 Jeep Compass.
What's that?
Is apparently there weren't like manual, like or automatic windows or automatic locks in 2010.
Right.
You know, like mind blowing, right?
You never have to worry about your door regulator.
We've only had apparently automatic locks and automatic doors for 9 years.
Right?
The 2011 Jeep Compass had it, but the 2010 Jeep Compass.
They do that for cardio reasons. That way.
Yeah, cardio.
I remember though having like a 2001 Pontiac Sunfire that had automatic, but Jeep apparently just the 2010 they had other things in mind.
Well, yeah, my 84 Jeep Cherokee, it didn't. It definitely had the roll the windows. I don't even. You could move the seat back, and that was about it.
That's
but
funny.
yeah, I got into Jeeps, but I never actually had like a real Jeep. So my first car was a Jeep, and then I got I've had like I think four Jeeps in my life, but I've never had like a Jeep Wrangler. They've all been like different sections of Jeeps, and so I feel for Curt, with the Compass, and you run into Jeep guys, which is a culture in itself. Sure. They're like, that's not a Jeep.
Dude, that's in 2 weeks. Go topless weekend. Have you seen that?
Yes.
That'll pretty much take over anywhere south of the
Wranglers.
Beltway. Yeah,
there's gonna be crazy amounts of Jeeps at that thing.
Yeah, it's a good time. It gets kind of wild, but
Yeah. So Curt, don't show up. Please stay away. Please stay away. I can see you trying to fit in, like, hey, what's up? But it's all like the Wrangler, family.
How many
gets
of
together.
these cars have been featured on KHEA radio videos?
Zero.
Zero.
No,
They do not stand up.
well, we just showed off actually quite a few.
The Jeep Compass. The Jeep Compass. Just the word Jeep Compass.
We told him it's called a heap. If we pronounce it in Spanish, it's a heap of something.
Wow.
No, it's a good car.
Got $4,000 left still on it. It's still worth something.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Oh, that Gap insurance. I should have bought it.
They just left it maybe in the street or in Harvey.
They're like, you have $4,000 that you own on it, but it's only worth like a penny, and you're like, dang.
Like what?
With Harvey, so we were talking about some stuff the other day with this lady about ponds. So there's these people that they cultivate their ponds. This is what they do. Mm-hmm. And I didn't think about this before, but Harvey came and wiped out a bunch of these people. They put in like thousands and thousands of dollars and work. It's gone. So with that, how did that affect people in their cars, because that's an investment, and I'm sure some people were probably unfortunate, and some people tried to do what they could, but can you all share anything about that?
I've known a few guys that lost their vehicles in a flood, and there's nothing you could do. We had a buddy of ours that just bought a little SUV, and he had his, it was Joe that had his truck at Will's shop in Alvin.
Oh, yeah.
And the water was rising, so he put on jack stands in the front, put on jack stands in the back. Mm-hmm. Then, of course, the next day it gets higher and higher, so he had to put it up on higher jack stands and keep on going. And it was literally that far from getting inside the doors in the truck. And it was like, he's barely made it by a quarter of an inch and saving that whole thing. So, we've had a few guys that have lost, their vehicles in the flood. And, some custom insurances will cover it. Some guys just have the basic insurance, full coverage, and it doesn't really cover all the add-ons that you do to it. So it's kind of a loss. So
there's a specific, like a custom insurance that you can get because – your truck, you put into it, and it's exactly what you like, but, someone says like, well, I don't,
exactly.
It's worth this, or whatever. And it's like, no, I put in however much money. You can get something and they'll work with you if you find it.
Yeah, they have some special insurance like for show cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
you
like
put so many miles on it per year,
Yeah. You won't get exactly back on what you put in it, but it'll at least be better than the outcome.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. 2000 Chevy, you're going to get $7,500 and you have 30 grand in it, and you're like, oh God, what do you do?
Yeah.
So at least the custom insurance will get you taken care of in case you have an accident, flood, God forbid, anything else.
So there's one car that I'm into, Curt's dad with the El Camino, and I'm sure Curt, has a connection to that. But for me, after seeing Back to the Future, as a child, I've always wanted a DeLorean.
Yeah.
And I was this close to pulling the trigger about, I don't know, like 2 years ago or so, because the shop is in Humble, and I went and visited it, and they had some for sale. So they'll get some in, they'll either refurbish them, or you can actually get them to build you a brand new one because they have all the parts.
Oh, really?
I've seen that.
You can, yeah.
I've seen it up there, but I never stopped by there.
I've
Yeah.
seen it on a TV show or something about it. Something like
Yeah, they're there. They have a shop. They have some in the lot. It's really neat. And but I didn't do it. And I was looking at all the different insurances and, where are you going to keep it? Is it be in a garage? Because if you get it like as a classic car, there's all kinds of things you can do. Mm-hmm. So it's just really interesting. But I'll show you all I have and I'm gonna own one day.
DeLorean, I love those too.
Are you going to?
Oh yeah, I will. But like I've had this tattooed on my
Sweet.
on my arm for like
88 miles
12
an hour,
years.
baby.
Yeah.
You've got to get one then.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite
yeah.
movies, man. Ever.
Yeah, it's
I
a
love
great
Yeah.
movie. Just like I remember, I was like probably like 6 or 7, and it came on TV, and y'all might remember, but there was a cartoon that they used to show like on Saturday mornings of Back to the Future cartoon, and then after that, I was like, I got into that, and that's been the car that I've always had. Is there one that y'all have where it's like, man, I don't own it now, but I have to own one day?
Nothing. Of course, everybody, you always think the Corvette, midlife crisis, might get a Corvette. I really don't have one that's in particular. Nothing offhand. I mean, you?
Mine's pretty cliche, but a 1970 Chevelle would be pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Just 'cause
Black or what color?
Black would be nice. Black. It's one of those cars. Being a kid, I've always like really liked. So I think if I had one, I'd have fun with it.
Yeah.
Could have sold you mine if I would have known it. So.
You had one?
I had one, but it was way more than I thought it would be. As far as the
Putting
paint
into
and body
it?
and everything. Yeah, putting into it. So
Yeah.
I had an offer that I couldn't refuse, and hey, come pick it up. See ya.
Yeah. My father-in-law, he's into cars, and it's classic cars. We had talked about this a little bit.
Right.
So, I mean, all the cars that he's had, over the years, the most recent one that he had fixed up, keeps it for a bit, maybe drives it like once every 6 weeks, kind of just out and would take it back to the house. But it was like I believe like a 56 Chevy. And so he had, redone the paint, had the upholstery done, obviously had to do some stuff underneath the engine. And I was talking to my wife about it. I'm like, think about all the money, he put into it and all the little stuff. And then, it turns around. I don't know what he sold it for, but I'm just thinking like, there's no way. There's no way he's getting it out. But it's a project and it's fun, to be able to get something, build it, make it what you want, and then, hey, I'm going to do it again,
Some people just gives them something to do and mess with and keeps,
Show your
keeps them
creativity
alive.
and
Exactly.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Cool. They have that. Well, earlier I was talking about that paint. It was Juan High, but I saw one of his sons because they work with him and they do like body shop customization or whatever. And they were painting some rims, but it was that paint like it's like purple, green, blue, depending on how you look at it. And I was like, so my car is actually green, and it's like I'm trying to think of the color green, but it's not like, I don't know, but it's not like green. But I was like, man, that would look cool
Dark
on mine.
green.
It's like a forest green.
Okay, gotcha.
Or something, and that's one of my green's one of my favorite colors.
Same here. Yeah.
And ever since I had a BMW and it flooded out when I was living in Houston, and ever since then I was like, I gotta have another green car because it was a green car, and I've always wanted another one. So then I was like, man, it would look slick on those rims. I don't know how much though, because I don't want to be like put a target on myself.
Yeah.
Is that something you can do? Like if you're like, hey, oh, there's that guy driving around in the truck. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's definitely in Houston. It's
There's
possible.
bad apples everywhere, man. No matter where you go.
Just gotta be careful where you park, I guess.
Yeah.
The one thing that I really like is those when you customize the paint job, but it's a different color kind of thing.
What
as
is
you're
that
going
called?
through
Is
it.
there a certain name?
Chameleon?
Oh, chameleon. Okay,
It's called
okay.
chameleon. And then some of them it's an actual pearl top coat on top of the base color. So, it's kind of like a blue, and you see it in the sun. It kind of that pearl in it will kind of give it like a different sheen in the sunlight. And
Yeah.
yeah, there's different kind of paints now, and the technology has came so far now to get different mixtures and to get it right. So there's some paint jobs out there now. You think it's like there's one that we saw the other day. We went down to Galveston with some buddies, and I thought it was a black Chevy pickup.
Mm-hmm.
And we got it out there, and we were hanging out on a seawall, and I went and looked at it, and it was actually a dark metallic purple. And I had no idea until I got literally from media away from it, and the sun hit it, and I was just like, wow. Yeah, so there's so many different shades and anything you can do. So, yeah.
That's awesome. That's the one I want on my car.
Black
Yeah.
and purple?
Black and purple.
Well,
yeah. That's a good combo.
Yeah, definitely.
Compass is getting wrapped.
2010 Compass going to get wrapped dark purple.
Yeah,
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 Black
but
wheels.
I don't know if I want to do any upgrades. I want to get rid of that car. Let's not get crazy about this Jeep Compass because I got like a year left and then I'm tossing
You're
that
out of
thing.
there after that, huh?
Well, you
I'll
get
drive
something
it. I'll
else.
drive it to the junkyard myself. Hitchhike back.
You say that, you might keep it and start fixing it up little by little. You never know. It might become
There's
the
no
next new thing.
fixing that car. You can't take
Too far
away the
gone.
mileage. You can't take away the fact that it needs a compressor.
You can. How much does a compressor cost? Have
Like
you-
$400, $500.
Yeah, that's tough.
Right off the bat.
And that's what some guys do. Honestly, they'll they'll get a vehicle, they'll pay it off, they'll get another one, and they'll keep that one and just tinker with it on weekends. And it doesn't have to be a certain kind of Chevy pickup or a certain kind of Ford Mustang. I've seen anything and everything fixed up, and most of the time, it's from that kind of situation. They'll just have it, they'll keep it, and they won't sell it, and then they'll sit in the driveway one day and think, you know what, I want to put some 20s on it. You never know. And then it just kind of just goes from there. So,
Man,
yeah.
We have a friend, David Carricker, who in his garage, well, he has a little bit of land in Santa Fe, but he has like a little garage, but he has a lift like straight up in there. So at his house, so he can just like pick it up and put in work on it himself. But there's a couple cars. Like I know his dad had some, and then he actually has had a couple too. But he drives it around like his classic car. I don't even know what it is, but
it's a little blue one.
Well, yeah, and y'all may know this or may not, but it was the Nissan like Z, but before Nissan purchased it, like back in like the 70s.
Oh, Datsun.
Datsun.
Yes.
370s.
So yeah, they're into Datsun. So he's had a couple, had one, got rid of his dad, had a couple too, and so that's what he's driving right now, or he's driving his F-150, you know. And so it's kind of cool to see, him drive up, and I'm like, dude, because he'll fix it up, himself, and he knows a little bit of, but man, it always makes me
like down here in League City area,
envious.
like
Yeah.
I've seen a guy and his dad building some. Some buddies of mine, I think it's their friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
sure.
they know a lot of people, I'm sure, because he's into cars. He's always looking around on Craigslist, like at deals and buying something and selling it. Or like,
I've ever kind of known somebody, a bunch of tattoos all the way around. Is that him?
No, he don't have any tattoos in. But yeah, it's cool. Like, it kind of makes me envious. And I'm like, man, I wish I knew anything about like fixing a car, because you can get a good deal and fix it and build it how you want, I guess.
Google.
Yeah.
Google. Pick it up. You just go online, figure out anywhere to find parts. Look at pictures that are custom ones, and then get ideas and get inspired and just start building one, man.
Yeah.
It's a fun thing.
Yeah, it's definitely fun.
Kurt, I could see you in the Datsun.
I would love the Datsun.
Just buy it from him. And then he can buy another one and fix it up as well.
It would be better than my Jeep Compass.
Yeah. I don't know. Your Jeep's pretty nice. So that event is taking place in June, and we kind of found out a little bit why. What are some things that y'all have added over the years, I guess, to kind of improve? Because anytime you do something, you'll be like, oh, we could have done this better.
Right.
Like, what's the difference from like the first one to now?
I would say now is more or less getting people involved at the show instead of just parking, kind of sitting around and talk. I mean, it's most of the guys usually do that and hang out. It's kind of just a way to get away from work and life. But it's my nickname is Pickle, and we had a pickle eating contest at a buddy of mine's show down here at Gulf Greyhound Park. I was like, you know what? He doesn't do that show anymore. I'll continue that one on. So we have kids and adults, bowl of pickles. It's kind of gross, but
it's
just
fun,
a contest.
though.
Yeah, just a good old fun contest. We'll do that. We've also added in a chocolate milk chug, which people love to see. Just the end results.
Like how much?
Just the end result. Yeah.
You don't like chocolate milk?
You know what happens when you chug milk, though, right?
Summer sun.
Yeah,
Hot
especially
summer.
100 degrees outside. Yeah.
Well, how much are they trying to drink?
It depends how many people we get. I'll get 12 half-gallon containers.
Yeah.
And if I get 6 people, they're going to
Just
drink
split it
a
up.
whole gallon. If not, then the more people involved, the better, because they only have to drink half a gallon instead.
Exactly.
Who's quickest or who holds it down?
Who's quickest? You got to hold it down for a couple minutes. Whatever our MC decides to force them upon.
Yeah. Well, that was nice for y'all to allow it to be chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Whole milk.
Instead of regular flavor. Yeah. Yeah.
Kurt, you don't like chocolate milk?
I love chocolate milk,
Okay.
but not a custom, like, going at it, like,
Competition?
race competition, like, race to chug, like, oh.
A chocolate milk connoisseur. He wants to enjoy.
I'm
like
gonna-
sip.
I'm gonna hurl, like, thinking about it.
It's like that meme with pie eating competition. It's like, no, free pie, son. Like, I can see that being Kurt's like,
I've
nah,
seen that meme, yeah.
chocolate milk, pinky up. Just going to enjoy
enjoying
it. It's nice. It'd be maybe a better experience that way.
Mm-hmm.
But that's cool because y'all are able to get the family, involved. Even like with the pickle eating competition. I've never seen that before.
Pickle eating competition I could do.
It's something different, yeah. And it's like I said, we're also adding stuff to do for kids. We're having there's also some guys out in Louisiana that make coloring books that are all custom trucks for kids. So they're going to bring some over. We're going to have coloring books out there for all the kids out there on the stage. They can color. We'll give it about an hour. The best one are going to give Scooter, thanks to some friends of mine, Misty and Nick. They're going to give a Scooter for the best one out there. We're also going to have like a relay race for the kids. all kind of different. Yeah, also a moonwalk with a water slide and all that
Yeah.
good stuff. And we also do like a tire toss, whoever chunk a tire the furthest.
Nice.
Just something to do. 5-on-5 tug of war, and also the truck guys. Their favorite is a limbo contest with your truck.
Oh, who could go the lowest?
Yeah. We'll start off, with the sticks, 5 feet high.
Yeah.
Go through it, get down, get through it, and then we'll, drop it down another quarter of an inch. The guys that hit the bar, they're out.
Oh, yeah.
Circle
yeah.
back around and try it again, and then over and over. And
That's fun.
yeah, it's just something just for everybody just to stay entertained and keep them busy all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The coloring books is a cool idea because that can help spark kids' interest, like to customization, right?
Yeah, definitely. And we're going to have goodie bags for 20 kids. Just come and sign up and just, make a day of it. Have a good time.
All right. Sounds like a lot of fun. So we have about like 5 or 6 minutes left, and we got a minute left in this song. We're going to go back on after this. We'll talk for a little bit more and about everything.
Make sure that we recap, when the event is. You have a lot of sponsors. Are you guys still looking for sponsors and stuff?
Definitely. Can't get on the flyer anymore. I just sent in my final artwork last night.
Oh,
to print
man,
out
we
for this
missed
weekend.
it.
But, of course, we'll still put you on for digital-wise to post online. But as far as print goes, those are picking up tonight, and we're going down to Alabama tomorrow. So
For that other car show?
yeah, but also promote ours because a lot of the Gulf Coast, we all kind of go to each other's events from here. There's a big one in Biloxi in June. There's one in Conroe in February. But, all the guys, they like to travel,
Oh, yeah.
take a couple of vacation days just to
You put
get
it
out
on
and
the
about.
trailer, though, right?
Yeah.
You got to put it on the trailer because it's like
I-10's kind of brutal.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
put some miles on
For
the
sure.
on the lowrider. Yeah. So we got here we go, 10 seconds, and we're gonna talk for a bit. So here we go. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. It's 10:51. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Kurt.
And we're talking about the Show Off Car Show. It's taking place in June. We're very excited to be learning about it today. If you have a car and it needs to be shown off, if you have a truck and it needs to be shown off, this is an opportunity for you. If you like to go look at vehicles, learn about different ways you can customize, and then also see some different vendors, have something for the family to do, this may be an opportunity for you.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about the event, what's going on, and how people can learn about it.
June 8th and 9th, Galveston County Fairgrounds, all weekend. Friday will be a move-in day. Saturday gates open at 9. Sunday they open at 10 a.m. ShowOffCarShow.com, Instagram or Facebook at ShowOffCarShow. And go online, get your tickets, register your vehicle. We'll cut off at about mid-May for online registration, but also the day of, feel free to come on in.
So this truck on the flyer, there's a green one, and that's close to the color of my car. Yeah, but what kind of truck is that?
This is a C10, and that is by legend, I guess, in our industry and in the city, builder Ricky Holly. Him and Alamo Customs down here in Alvin. They built that truck over a period of a couple of years, and they'll do a new one every couple of years now.
That truck
It's
is
crazy what he does.
something serious. They
Yeah.
started from the frame and built out instead of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, finding the. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
It's a very, very beautiful. There's so many details in that thing. It would blow you. It'd take probably a couple hours just to walk around and actually, hear about everything that's been done to it.
Wow.
A lot of
wild.
it's so custom you wouldn't know because you look at it and it looks stock, but a lot of work's been done to it.
And
Man.
that's what I use are local vehicles that you'll see there at the show, or if not, around town. At the KEMA meet down here, or, at the Home Depot. I don't know if you've ever seen all the vehicles down
I
there.
have.
Yeah, local meets and greets and shows. I try to keep it where, if you see it on the flyer, you've seen it at the event before, or you'll see it there this time around.
On the flyer, there's also, is that an F-250?
Yes.
Is that your truck?
No. That's a local shop. It's their feature vehicle they use for promotion and for shows, and it's more or less an F-250 is just a Texas truck.
If
Oh, yeah.
I
Can't go
rolled,
wrong.
if I rolled up in that with the Jeep Compass, no doubt. If I had like that tall of suspensions there,
Are you saying if you had the Jeep Compass like in the bed, like in the back, then
no,
you would
no,
get
no,
some
I'm talking
respect?
about- I'm talking about if I had that, on the bottom of my
Oh,
Jeep Compass.
that
and rolled-
lift?
Yes.
That would be ridiculous.
All the Jeep guys would respect you then. I
Yeah,
promise.
Yeah,
I feel like you
definitely.
would drive
I'm the
over
one,
them.
I'm the one that's gonna you know what they do on the Jeeps where they drive up on another tire?
Yeah, they can do
They're
that.
like, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do it over the entire Jeep.
You just hop out and be like, compass.
Compass life.
I've always wanted to do like a Jeep Compass like Facebook group.
Should. There's probably a community of them out there. I'm being dead serious.
They're just
sure there
waiting,
is.
waiting
You
for
know
you.
there is, dude.
Oh yeah, for anything there is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a Jeep Compass, and then roll up in our Jeep Compass like shades,
There you go.
and we show up and we're like, excuse me, Jeep Compass coming through.
Yeah, where do the VIP park at?
You gotta have your matching shirts and everything, of course.
You could do like the other Jeep. That would just be the name, and then it's open to everybody else who's a fan of other Jeeps besides the Wrangler.
No,
Just Compass, okay.
just Compass.
That's it.
I've only seen like one other Compass in real life. That's it.
I
I
know.
saw one other one at the Jeep place down the street.
It's a rarity.
Yeah, so it's a very distinguished taste.
Oh yeah, it's like a fine
Sucker moms everywhere.
It's like a fine escargot or something.
Definitely gonna be a collector's item. You don't want to keep it. It's so rare.
All right, so it's $10.50
$14,000 worth. Man.
of what? Oh, how much you bought it for?
Yes.
It's all right. You needed a car, and it's been faithful to you for the most part.
It was like $7,000. Like if I had bought it right then, but it turned into like 14. I got gypped.
Oh, no.
I got gypped. Like a 5-year interest rate was like 300%, and it was just awful.
At the time, you were just closing your eyes going,
Yeah,
Sign it.
I gotta go to work.
I showed up. I'm like, this is what I can afford. This is what I can get. And they go, we got the perfect car for you.
bring it out.
And I was like, you got anything else? And they're like, nope. This is it. And I'm like, all right.
This is the one.
Yeah, we got him. We got him. We've been looking for him our entire
There you are.
They retired. Like,
But it gets them around. So I mean, hey.
that's true. All right, it's 10:56. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM talking about the Show Off Custom Truck and Car Show. It's taking place June 8th and 9th at the Galveston County Fairgrounds. There are a ton of sponsors. If you go to showoffcarshow.com, you can learn more. Show Off Car Show also on social media. Check them out on Facebook. Check them out on Instagram. Bring your car out. Bring the family out. Get your tickets, and you can find out everything you need to know on their website. Find out if Kurt's vehicle is going to be there. Entered, and that's the question I'm wondering about.
I'm going to
Yeah.
be there waiting by the
You know
gate.
what?
Is it here?
I'll have a
Is it here?
specialty award for the best Jeep,
Jeep
Compass.
Compass. So
That's
if
how
you
you-
show up, you get your award.
You never know unless the people know now.
I'm gonna go buy
might
a
have
Jeep.
I've
competition.
never won an award in my life.
Bring it on down to the Show Off Car Show.
You might have the best 2010 Jeep Compass.
I'm gonna go buy a Jeep
Maybe.
Compass. Just
Just-
to,
You
Both y'all
class it at
pull
the
up and
wheels.
lock eyes.
there he is.
Oh, that would be great video.
Right? That would
It's just head to head.
Oh man, terrible.
How can people find you guys on and get in contact and learn more?
832-991-7469, which, of course, those digits are SHOW if you look on the keypad. Kind of old school. Nobody uses that anymore. But
Yeah.
that and email, showoffcarshow@gmail.com. That's about the two easiest way to get a hold of us.
Cool.
So,
Hey, we appreciate you guys coming in and taking the time to hang out with us today.
yeah, thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you, Gardy.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, Kurt.
All right.
Thank
Hey, y'all have a blessed day. Thank you so much for starting your day. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're listening on KHEA Radio's website or on 99.5 FM, you're awesome. This is your new morning routine every weekday, 8:30 to 11. You know, tomorrow we're going to be on site in Leak City at the Music Festival and Barbecue Cook-Off in the morning. So make sure you tune in. We're going to be talking to Mayor Pat Allison and some other people from the Lions Club, people putting on the event. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure that you tune in 8:30. You can listen to us on KHEAradio.com. You can also watch us live on Facebook. Share it out and tell a friend. There's plenty of ways with the TuneIn app. And then also, we're going to be launching our own app, so stay tuned for more right here on KHEA Radio and KHEAradio.com.
All right. Let's see. Coming up next, we have some 10th Avenue North. KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM.
Guys, have a blessed day.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye, Facebook.